off the podcast though is I think the welfare system needs to be massively overhauled. Um,
Are we starting with that?
yeah, that's how we're starting the podcast off. Yeah, that's how I
All
opened
right.
up. Yeah.
Hey, speaking of that, I'm
Oh.
dealing with unemployment, and they're still sending me, "Hey, we need this document." I'm like, "You already have all the information. Why do
Are
you
they at
need
least
more?"
paying you the unemployment, or are
No,
they
I haven't
holding
been
that
paid the
hostage?
unemployment yet because I still have to put in a
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
for it.
Dude,
I
you
got
gotta do it
paid.
fast. You gotta do it fast.
I've been
Yep.
doing it.
I know, but they will look for every excuse to not pay you
Yep.
because you don't fit the right demographics for infinite payment, so they
All right.
will
Well, then
look to
I'm
fuck
gonna
you
have to
over as much
call
as
again on
possible.
Monday because they're closed on the weekend.
I know this from
Yeah, sounds about right.
experience trying to collect unemployment in New Jersey and in New York and in Vermont. Is
It was
No,
so
seriously, it
It's
was only
so
me.
crazy. It's so crazy how New York, of all places, has
Yeah.
a hostile unemployment program.
Oh no! You
Mm.
misunderstand. It's a hostile unemployment program unless you meet one of their approved subgroups. Then it's a very friendly unemployment program. Yeah. I know that because I was told by one of those approved subgroups that I should submit my unemployment in New York anyway because it was so easy. It was not easy.
Yeah.
And then after weeks of jerking me around, they finally denied me. So, yeah.
Well, I have a work number. I have a claim number, so hopefully this can help.
Hopefully, hopefully. But yeah, no, I mean, in Vermont, I encountered it one time where they were like, "Oh, you submitted for unemployment a month late. That means you don't really need it."
Oh yeah, no, they say that you have to do it within 30 days.
Because otherwise, obviously, you're fine. You don't need any help.
Yeah, right. It's not like
And
you just
sometimes
tried to
they
get a
lose the
job
paperwork.
instead. Yeah. So, but
Yeah.
I just think the whole system needs to be fucking reevaluated. We need to figure out a way to encourage people to have kids without paying them to have kids. Because right now, too many people who are having kids shouldn't be having kids, and the people who should be having kids aren't.
But that's because the people who should be having kids literally can't afford to.
And
I
they're
know.
financially responsible.
Yeah, I know, because what's the latest stat on that? It's like you have to make something like 75K now before being unemployed actually gives you less money. Something like that. Basically,
Yeah, I don't.
If your salary isn't like 75K, the amount of that welfare gives you, you're actually poorer than someone who doesn't work.
Yeah, that sounds about right, because that would be, what, about 45, 50K of Australian, and I think that's about the cutoff for us as well. Depending on how many tax write-offs and kids you've got.
Oh, no, the cutoff for getting welfare is 35 to 40K if you don't have kids.
Oh, no, yeah. No, I meant cutoff for making less, that's what I meant.
Right, okay. Yeah, and then it drops, but the gap between where you lose the welfare for making too much money and where you're actually making more money than you were on welfare, it's like between 35 and then 75. You're just fucked. You're making less money than when you did on welfare, and you can't get any support from the government because you're technically making enough. And it's just like bullshit. No, I'm not.
If this was the year 2002, I'd agree with you, Uncle Sam.
Right.
Guess what year Guess what it hasn't been for 2 decades.
Yeah, 2002. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's just I'm just kind of I'm not an economist. Yeah, I'm not an economist. And I just I don't have that solution in my head. I don't think about that solution. And it's a lot like that one time someone said that I couldn't comment on their fanfic and tell them how to do better because I wasn't a published author. And I'm just like, I don't need to be a published author to tell you that you're standing in dog shit.
Yeah.
All I know is the system clearly doesn't fucking work. I don't know a solution to make it work, but I just know it doesn't.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, let's see, is there anything that has changed since Tuesday in the news in terms of people and shit? Oh, did you guys hear about the Mr. Beast thing? It's not a recent thing. It's sort of semi-recent. Apparently it had its
Is
grand
this
finale
this
recently, but...
is this the
Is it
anime
his
tourist
anime?
thing?
Yeah, it's
where
the
he
anime
got-
tourist
like
thing, yeah.
Pippa.
He got
Yeah.
blown the fuck out by a certain pink bunny.
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
said
Wait,
you'll
what?
you'll
What happened?
start Mr. Beast
Right.
posted an anime list of
So-
all the
that,
he
Mr.
did
Beast.
watched,
The
and
the
Pippa.
long
Oh, I saw
story of it
Pippa's
all
thing.
is that One Piece, with Netflix One Piece, the live action was coming out with their next season. A bunch of creators on X, which, by the way, I will say this one funny little thing here. It's really funny how the only people I hear really say X, formerly known as Twitter, is like all of these like mainstream news companies and progressives who hate Elon and the fact that he changed Twitter's name. And I'm just like, at the same time, aren't you guys the ones that say we can't dead name people?
Yeah. Woo.
But you're going
Spicy.
around saying X, formerly known as Twitter?
It is funny that they keep adding the formerly known as. I'm like, I still call it Twitter. Why?
Yeah.
Why are
Yeah.
you calling
Why?
it so much? Just say Twitter.
I don't know. It's
It's no matter what Elon changes, everyone knows it's Twitter.
yeah, everyone
Only
still knows
boomers
it's
and
Twitter.
baby
Everyone
boomers.
still
Yeah.
calls it Twitter. The people on the
Everyone
right
says
either call it
tweets.
X or they call it Twitter. So
You
it's-
They
gotta
either-
call it Zitter,
yeah.
don't you know? You're supposed to call it X. That's what grand.
You're sending out seats.
yeah, it's just like I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just really weird thing that just comes from the progressive section of the media and shit, where they're just like, yeah, X, formerly known as Twitter, every single fucking time they mention it. It's just like
Yeah.
that's just so weird.
But
anyway,
yeah, but yeah.
yeah, so they a bunch of creators on X went out and were like, "Oh my god, One Piece is such a cool anime. I just started watching it recently, guys. Look, I'm changing my profile pic because of how cool One Piece is." And everyone was like, "Wow, a whole swath of creators are suddenly just talking about One Piece when they've never talked about anime ever before."
Well, let's not forget. They all use the exact same profile icon.
Oh yeah, they all use the
Yeah.
exact same Luffy picture too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because there's a
yeah.
good
No,
chance.
Get away from.
There's a
get away from
very
my
high
face.
likelihood that the
Yeah.
reason that happened is because they all
You were
picked
paid.
the very first picture they could find on Google Images.
Very, very possible. Very
Yeah.
possible. But yeah, so they all came out. Everyone
it.
called them out on their bullshit. Pretty much all of them gave up. Like pretty much everyone who was part of this bullshit. Which, by the way, for some reason, Cinder was a part of this.
Oh, I'm not.
That-
surprised about that.
Cinder.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Involved?
Cinder
Oh, I
was
never
one of the
seen.
creators that came out and got paid to talk about One Piece.
That's
That's
no,
Well,
That's a
listen,
choice.
I bet she's pretty cheap right now. Like, I bet she's willing to take any deal
Yeah,
right now.
yeah. So anyway, but anyway,
Oh,
all
I
of
know.
them
We'll
gave
pay
up
her
a
to
token
hype-
resistance. What?
Huh?
No.
Well,
All of them gave
What'd
like a
he say?
token resistance to no, I'm being for real, guys. I love the anime. It is my favorite animation.
Here's the post.
I love the animes.
This is
And-
this is when you hold the flintlock up to them and say name every filler arc.
But even Cinder like gave up after a little bit. But Mr. Beast was just he would not give in. He was going to prove he was a real anime OG, and then a bunch of videos of him shitting all over it came out.
Yeah, well,
And-
of course they did. because he's
I
not-
love the first tweet. The first tweet quoting it says, "Oh, he watched Guardians of Galactic Heroes," and it's like that's not even the right name.
Yeah,
Not
he's
the name.
spelled. Yeah, he's spelled Gundam
It's
Gondam.
legend.
Let's
No,
look at
that
this
was
list.
Gundam.
Gundam.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
What does Attack
Ju-
on Titan 2X mean?
Season
The
2, I
second
guess.
season? You
Yeah.
watched
Either
it
that
twice?
or he tried. Either
Meg-
that or he watched it twice.
Oh, you know what it was?
Big
No, the
glow
X
box.
belongs to Hunter x Hunter. It stole the X.
Oh
from
yeah,
Hunter x
I see.
Hunter.
Well,
So wait,
good.
he only
The
watched
That
one.
explains
He watched the
it,
second
yeah.
season of Attack on Titan, not the first.
Yeah,
I don't know if that makes it
apparently.
worse.
Yeah, I don't know,
Yeah.
man. My hero couldn't even put the academia in.
I
Well,
love. I
my-
think
my
what makes
favorite-
this list worse
Neat
is that he
Glowbox,
picked, like,
Jujutsu Kaisen.
But-
almost every series show in that
Gundam.
is like something that was mainstream at some point.
No, it's
yes.
not even that. It was what was the current list on Netflix.
Yeah, I was about to
wait,
say.
really?
If you look
Yeah.
at, if you look at his list, it's stuff that's all on Netflix. Literally.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
bad.
Like, look at it. All of those were on Netflix at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, the Gundam one is like a double hitter because he misspells Gundam, and he just puts Iron Blood. It's like, okay, it's Iron Blooded Orphans, so either spell it fully out or just call it IBO.
Yeah, right. Like there's
Either
so
or.
many
People
things.
would
Like
know what
there's
you're
so
talking
many
about.
tourist things here that are just crazy. Like calling Steins Gate the full name instead of what's that fucking shit that people do? Is it S:"G or whatever?
I
For
wouldn't
some
know.
people abbreviate Steins Gate in some weird
I'm
way.
not into Steins Gate.
I don't know.
I know the names
Anytime
of
anytime I see someone talk about it, they just say Steins Gate
Okay.
Yeah.
or S:"G. Like if they want to shorthand it, I think I've seen S:"G, but
Yeah,
usually it's
S:"G.
Steins
That's what
Gate.
it was. Yeah, S:"G. But
Yeah, because
no
it's,
not
I
calling
think
it
it's
AOT.
Steins:"Gate. Is the
Yeah,
actual
not
title.
calling it Hunter and not calling it H times H.
Yeah.
Not calling it MHA. You know,
He's a
He just made,
tourist
like, a
because he
half-assed
doesn't know how
list.
to abbreviate.
not calling Parasite. No, he misspelled Parasite. It's spelled with a
Well, I
Y.
mean, here's the thing. He also listed all the anime he's ever watched, clearly, and you always remember whatever you watch. You don't forget about it like 2 weeks later. Just like, what'd you watch last week? I don't know.
It doesn't have the
it
legendary
is-
shit on there,
I'm
like
gonna go
Gurren
watch it.
Lagann.
Cowboy
my
Bebop.
favorite part about this is it's like the oldest thing on here is Legend of Galactic Heroes, and it's
And
like,
you're wrong.
dude,
He spelled it wrong. Yeah.
Here's the thing.
He put a completely
That's
different
the oldest
word.
one on there.
Yep.
I could believe he actually watched that one because
It's the only one that I
old.
could even just say
What,
is
Naruto?
not really
100
mainstream.
150 episodes for Guardians of Galactic Heroes.
Yeah.
God,
Legend.
I gotta stop looking at the list.
The question is if he actually
Tourist!
watched the entire season.
You know
I'm gonna be
what?
honest, at this point, I probably am an anime tourist because I'm not as heavily into it as I used to be.
Yeah.
I'm just
My
casual enjoying
favorite
it
bit
now.
No,
is
see,
that
Max,
he doesn't have
there's
JoJo on
actually
there,
a different
nor
phrase
does
for
he
what,
have
for what most
Fate
of us are
Apocrypha,
now.
which I'm happy about, even though Fate Apocrypha is
Special?
shit.
We're just not allowed to say what that is. But 4chan has a specific word for it, and it
Oh,
starts with
God.
old and then uses a British word for cigarettes.
You know what? I would have honestly, I actually would have respected him. It's like just out of nowhere on his list was included something like, I don't know, Ideon. Just like,
Yeah,
Like
no
what?
Gurren
even Tomino
Lagann.
fans don't know about Ideon in a lot of
No,
instances.
no
No
fucking
Trigun. There's no Trigun.
No
Yeah.
Ghost
Yeah,
in the
no
Shell.
Oh my
Trigun,
God,
no
Trigun was
Cowboy
on there.
Bebop, like
Ghost in the Shell?
you
There's
no
Ghost in the
Bleach.
Shell.
Like at
Not
least
even-
put
not
Bleach
even
on there.
bad
Everyone
Ghost
puts
in the
Bleach on their
Shell.
list.
Ghost in the
Not even
Shell is one of those ones like you don't need it on there, but
Wait,
it's all, from what I understand, good. It's just
wait, guys.
I
Mr.
still
Beast might be
think we should
based.
put it on there.
Guys,
It's a classic.
guys,
My
Mr.
opinion.
Beast might be based. Not a single female protagonist. That's why JoJo Stone Ocean is on there.
No.
No.
Nah.
But
Big
yeah,
glow
no,
box,
it's
the
just
glow
like
box.
anyway. So he gets fucking torn apart after he posts that list, and he has this real cringe ass fucking confrontation video that he posts to his channel,
wait.
where he's sitting in his
I
$2
hadn't
million
noticed.
Bugatti, Ferrari, whatever, And he's like, "Oh
Megalobox
man,
is
I
on
am a
there.
total fan
So-
of the anime.
I
You
am
guys
a
are
fan
all
of...
toxic chuds."
Also, by the
How to
way,
validate everyone giving you shit in one
yeah,
go.
but by the
Right.
way, this motherfucker has IBO and Code Geass on this list. And
Yeah.
while I think Code Geass Season 1 is great, I see why people loved it so much. You've got Gundam on there. How the fuck have you not gone back and watched even just the remake movies of that?
No
How's
DBZ.
that not on the list?
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
just,
no.
just hit the trifecta of
He
mecha
somehow
anime.
missed like
at
several
least?
of the most popular series. Like hell, Fairy Tail. Is Fairy Tail on that list?
Ugh.
Okay,
Say
look,
what you
look,
want about
no,
it.
you,
It's
no, no, no,
popular.
you say yuck, but it's like if you want to solve the issue, right? So you go out, you go, oh my god, I love One Piece, and then someone's like, oh yeah, you like One Piece? Name 3 anime other than One Piece, and you're like, Naruto, Bleach, Fairy Tale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Say
Or
what you
Dragon
want
Ball
about
Z.
it has
Yeah,
a
Dragon
fan base.
Ball.
It's popular.
Yeah.
like-
For
Full
good or
Metal
for ill.
Alchemist.
It's it's normie shit. It's normie slop. They gobble it up. If you name it, you're gonna get called a normie, but at least you'll be accepted as an anime watcher.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like, if he even had Fully Cooley on there, I would have at least semi-respected the list.
If he had
Oh,
you
fully
know what?
coolly
No,
on
no,
there.
no, no,
I
hang on.
didn't have Sal on
He's
there.
way too underground for that idiot.
Yeah, fully cooley's way too underground.
I know, which is why I said I'd semi-respect it. Everything else still drags it down.
You know what?
kind of actually
I
sad
will
with
say,
Sal.
if he
yeah,
tried
no,
to
that-
say Fully Cooley Season 2 on there, I would have just said we had to execute him. Like, it's
He
that
must be
Yeah.
destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Season 2.
It didn't happen.
It didn't.
Everything.
Fully Cooley
I
was
only
always
ever
one
had one
season.
season. And if
Yeah.
anyone tells you Fully Cooley had a Season 2, they should be shot. Because Fully Cooley
Because
never
there
had
has
a
If
to be
Season
anybody tells
2.
you it had a season 3, 4, or afterwards, they should
Wait,
be
Yeah.
shot twice.
What?
when did it get a third? When did it? Hold
didn't.
up.
Oh yeah, you didn't know.
Hold up. I thought this.
Oh,
I
that's
thought
excellent.
I
Purple.
thought the sequel had just been announced 3 years ago. What do you mean
hang
it's
on.
Thank you,
2018?
Purple.
Hang on, let
Thank
me
you,
pull
Purple.
this up.
What?
Alright, let me,
That
let
is
me...
Give me a
quite eye-gouging.
sec.
Thank you, Purple.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put that into pictures here.
There we go.
And then, move
No.
that into...
There's 5 seasons.
No, there wasn't. There's only one light.
No, only one.
Where are you getting 5
Yeah,
seasons?
there,
from?
Also, it's 3
Hang on.
lights. Come on.
There's only one light.
there are
Only one season of Fully
3
Cooley happened.
lights.
Image...
Okay, I got you with the dates.
Also,
Wait,
just before anybody
yes.
calls me a casual, yes, Picard is yelling there are 4 lights.
There
They're
are
trying to
4
get him to say
lights.
3.
There are 4 lights!
Yeah, okay, 2000, and then season 2 in 2018. Oh god, and then they did a season 3.
Season 3.
Oh,
Also in
excellent.
2018,
I was
apparently.
right. Okay, and then we want to loop it, and yeah, we can
What the
close it when
fuck?
it's inactive. And then okay. Why is it not playing it? Why do the thing then? What is wrong
Why
with
do
the
the thing
loop?
if you not work?
If not friend, why friend shaped?
I selected GIF.
If hot, why evil?
If hot, why crazy?
Why OBS no use GIF?
Because fuck you, that's why.
Call it a GIF and pray to God that it'll work. Maybe that'll fix it.
Silence thy
I'm
whore
sorry,
mouth.
what the fuck did you just say to me?
So, how do you feel about Tolkien coming back from the dead, saying it's pronounced Jandalf, and then dying again?
I'll have to dig
No,
the man
we're-
up and kill him myself.
Yeah, I was about to say we're digging that motherfucker back up.
Sam
I'm
and
about to
Frodo,
play
a lot of nerve coming
Supernatural
back
here.
to say
Guys.
that.
Sam and Frodo coming back going to the Jates of Warrior.
The Jates of Joria.
No. We're pulling a supernatural.
No,
We're
no,
gonna
Sneaky.
Salt and burn that motherfucker.
No,
Aragorn.
Sneaky. Confuse everyone. The Jates of Peoria. Go to Illinois.
What?
With their companion Aragorn and Jandalf.
Aaron
The
Jordan.
no.
Jando.
Gimli!
Jamley.
And good old Legolas.
Legolas.
The
Legolas.
Legolas Custodes.
To be fair, Legolas did keep shooting from ledges, so that works.
Legolas.
Oh,
You know what? I kind of now want to make that meme where everyone's introducing themselves in Lord of the Rings and to replace those letters and post it to Imgur and see how many people hate me for it.
well, it'll be everyone,
Yes.
and it will be deserved.
Possibly.
can't believe
In
Yeah.
honor
Got
of the
Campbell
creator
on
of the GIF, I present
Yes.
the slight rewrite of Lord of the Rings. Or, sorry,
you-
Lord of the
Hey,
Rings.
lore
Ringes?
accurate Lord of the Rings.
The rings.
No, it's Ringes now. Lord of the
Ringes.
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 Can you guys
Ringes?
believe
No,
that?
it's a G at the end. It's pronounced with a just
Gi-
sound now. So it's
Ringe.
Ringes.
It is a
Yeah.
Ringe.
Oh.
Can you guys believe that Gimli got 3 of Galadriel's hairs?
Shut the fuck up.
Galadriel.
Honestly,
Shut
the
Galadriel.
absolute chaos of
Jorphin.
just pulling up the TXT file of every Lord of the Rings book. Control F, G,
I'm
Control R, G to get.
dying.
Ooh.
Jorphin now.
Naturally, Jason
Jorphin
left alone because they make the just sound.
They're taking the job. It's the Jorphin guard.
Lady of
God
Galadrim.
damn it.
Come on.
Lady of the Golden Wood. Oh god.
Let's see who else can we ruin? Oh, John Doerr.
Oh,
of course.
No.
John
We're
Doerr.
missing the obvious one.
Bilbo
Gollum.
again.
Everyone misses
Oh no,
Gollum.
it's Gollum. He's
Oh.
gonna
It's
take the
Gollum.
Ringe.
Gollum
Bilbo
and Speedrun.
Baggins.
John speech.
Samwise
Romans.
Janji.
No. Wait, I can make it worse. Sam Wiz Jimji.
Oh, you.
Sam is Jim.
Actually, isn't his name like some fucking weird shit? Really?
No. So so that was used as an example. Tolkien to role play the whole thing, published
it's
The
being
Lord of the
translated.
Rings with the author note saying that actually this whole thing is translated to British English so everyone can understand it. This was told to me through blah 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 blah. And actual Samwise Gamgee, isn't actually his real name. That's just the Britification of his name because his real name is Samgluminius.
Yeah.
Thank you
It's
for that
just
beautiful
simply the name's
pronunciation
not
there.
Aragorn, it's not Galadriel, it's not Gimli, it's not Legolas, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Aragorn.
Anyone
you
want to
mean?
talk about the
Aragorn.
Wait! Arajorts.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Aragorn.
God.
Okay.
Yes, of
The
course.
Ringdraights.
The Ringdraights.
God. Oh.
I'm gonna be honest.
Wait, How badly can we butcher Elrond?
Well, okay, so
There's a lot to work with.
Well, I mean, if you do it the
El
Japanese
Camino.
style, you change it into, was it just all R's or
Aruradu.
Arundu?
Rondo.
Arundu.
Arulad.
Well, you could also just have
Lado.
a horrible lisp in there, and now his name is Elfrond.
Arlodo.
Elfrond.
Alfred.
It's Elfrond.
Not
the
my
Elf
name.
Lord. That seems a bit racist, isn't it?
No.
That's how he introduced
Oh,
himself.
God.
Did you not hear?
That reminds me of today. Actually, I was handling a ticket for one of our companies.
Wait. Okay, Sneaky. Before you do
Hang on a
that,
second.
there's 2 people left we have to butcher.
Yeah.
Boromir and Faramir.
Oh well, I mean, so
Faramir.
Boromir. No. So I mean, if you want to pronounce things in an alternative pronunciation style for Boromir, that'd be swapping the L's and R's.
Yep. Bolomir. Bolo.
Bolomil.
Bolomire.
Bolomil.
Baloney.
Bolomil.
Bolomil.
Bolom? Bolomol?
Baloney meal.
Balam.
It doesn't work.
Oh no.
Balls deep.
Bolom would have
69.
done better.
Okay.
Bolom would have done better.
All right. We're gonna have to rename Jandalf's sword to Jalamdringe.
Yeah, Jalandrin.
I'm like, wait, isn't one of the
Oh.
weapons some absurd name like Glamnir?
Yes. It's Glamdrag.
Like,
Oh god.
oh no.
Jalang.
Hey, here you go,
Jam-Drag.
Jandalf. Here's your Jalamdringe
No,
back.
I mean, let's be honest here. If we're gonna do that, you just have to replace the name of his sword with the pipe hitting the ground sound.
Dunk.
The metal
Oh,
pipe
no.
sound.
No, that's one of the enchantments on it. Every time he successfully
hits something.
lands a hit, it's just a metal going off.
On a
Dunk.
damage.
Sword gets knocked out of its hand. Ding, 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 as it's falling down the cliffside, hitting every rock.
Ah.
Everyone is now aware
The
of being
Balrog.
disarmed.
The Balrog
Everyone
just
Turns immediately. Fool of a took. Wait.
Fool of a took.
Elrond's 600-pound cousin Elf round.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait,
good,
no.
someone made it
Fool of a-
worse.
Fool of a rook.
Yeah.
Guys, we can make him fool of a rook.
Full
They've
of
been
Dude.
followed by a chess piece this entire
If
time.
Rick
He can
Riordan
only
wrote
move
the
in straight
Egyptian
lines.
Kane Chronicles today, half the book would be just insulting Israel. Probably.
Probably, yes.
I mean,
Why is
I
that
would say
the
that's pretty
first-
based. but-
Why is that the first thing on the YouTube chat now?
Well,
Underplayed, that's why.
underplayed, yeah. Let me try and let me get the chat above the opening card. Twitch chat, there you are, and then we'll get you up here. Here we go. Oh shit, gotta move that down. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Thanks. Thank everyone. We now have new text. Thank you to Purple for sending me that. We now have a new top text that is no longer a spray painted fix.
Great. Now it's just more
No, it's
eye
terrible.
bleach. Thanks.
Yeah.
So appreciate that so fucking much.
Yeah. I thought you would. But yeah. So anyway, at work today, I had a call from one of our customers, and they were calling on behalf of someone else because that other person didn't have the best English, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, so what's the problem? They tell me the problem. I'm like, okay, well, what's their computer? And they're like, I don't know. I'm like, okay, well, what's their name? They're like, oh, their name is how do you say your name?
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, what? Yeah, how do I pronounce that? Yeah, I can't say that.
That's a red flag.
I'm just like, oh boy.
Spell it for me.
Yeah, no, that's what she was like. Okay, she was like, okay, yeah, you have to. Can you just spell that one for me?
Are you fucking
That's your
kidding
name?
me?
okay, well, their name is spelled like... And I'm just like, don't laugh. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. I'm trying to desperately keep it together on the other, the other end of the line. But yeah, it was one of those names. It was one of them foreign names, which had really funny spelling and was really hard to pronounce. But we fixed our problem. But it was just a really funny opener of trying to find the person. Because let me tell you, some of those names are they're not great to try and find, and
You
it's
don't
not
say.
made easier when the mic they're using somehow was first created in 1960, and their
It's an old
accent
McDonald's
makes
mic.
them about half as thick as butter. And like
All right, then.
it's rough. Let me tell you, it is rough. I don't know how their microphones are this bad. I don't know how they do business with their microphones being that bad. It's
quite
insane.
impressive.
I told you it's an old McDonald's mic. It has to be.
But yeah, it's
We
crazy.
looted this from an ancient McRonald's.
No, here's the thing though, right? Is I know what mics they have. I know what phones they have. I know what phones they're using because I fucking bought them for them. And so I know what they're using, and I am just blown away by how bad the quality is. So it's either them problem or the phone problem, but it probably isn't helped
And
by the
at
fact that
today's
they're
age, how are you supposed to tell?
yeah, right, and
You're
their
not.
accent really doesn't help. Like it makes everything like 3 times harder. Because then they start getting angry. Like I've had a couple of them where they're like, yeah, my name is Vivapishakalaka Shilarakalaka. I'm just like,
I'm gonna call
okay.
you Vivi.
I'm gonna need you to
Gosh.
spell that one for
And
me.
that's a complaint right there, Atten. Congratulations. HR would like to
True.
talk with you.
Luckily, I don't work for
right.
them.
Yeah, but I'm just
No,
like,
they're reporting you to
can
your
you
HR.
can you repeat that? And then they repeat it, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm not getting this one. Can you spell it? And then it's just like, I'm like, how is you spelling your fucking name worse than you saying it?
How good
Magic.
they are, Sneaky.
It's it is a fucking struggle bus sometimes. Let me tell you. And then it doesn't help that like half the time they're using someone else's credentials or they're logging into someone else's computer. And they never told us that person got fired, so the computer's still called like G Cullen. But Christian is now using it.
Listen,
and it's
their
like,
IT guy took one look at the name and was like, I ain't fucking dealing with that.
honestly,
Fair.
true. Very probable. I did have one caller who was like who called in and I was like, okay, well, and what's your name? Because I gotta document it for the ticket, right? And they're like, oh, I'm Polish. I'm like, ah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Speaking as a company that employs a multitude of Polish people, yipes.
I'm like, yeah, don't worry, we got like 6 Poles here as well. And they're like, okay, well, it's I'm like, it's the first 3
Whoa,
letters.
not that Polish, buddy.
Yeah. And I'm like, all right, is the first 3 letters TZA? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, great, I found you.
The follow-up question should be, are you the only person there with the first 3 letters TZA?
Oh, yeah. No, they were, because they were the only ones that showed up. That's how I found
Alright, fair enough.
them. I usually ask follow-up questions in that sort of case, but yeah. Let's be honest, we don't need to read 1984 to understand the message of that story. We can only look at the media found from that period of time of Lord of the Rings and compare it to the media of today, especially Lord of the Rings of today. Yeah. But, yeah, people try to squeeze profit out of stuff because they don't understand why stuff is good. I mean, it's the same thing I've been saying for literal a decade now. Um, the fan fiction is made because fans want more of what they experienced, but they don't know how to make the thing that they experienced good because they don't understand why the thing they experienced was good. They just know it was good. And so you get 1,001 attempts at creating the light bulb and one occasional success. And unfortunately, in the modern day, that practice has moved on to the official media. Instead of trying to create the next flash in the pan, Wonder Child story and hiring
You
that
see, that
person on.
costs money and is risky.
Well, actually, shockingly, it's not all that risky. All you have to do is not obnoxiously gatekeep the publishing industry, allow people to publish their content, and then hire the people who are successful to make expanded media for it. And it's actually even cheaper than trying to produce your own media because you just wait for something to be successful before funding it. But of course, they have quarterlies and they have deadlines of guaranteed profit they have to make because otherwise the CEO won't get his 19th yacht with a gold parachute.
True.
And frankly, there's too much
Purple just put
yaoi in the
something
world
French.
purple. Yeah, well, I mean, there's too much yaoi in the world purple, and frankly, they need to remove more of it. Actually, I think the world, no, I
What was
think
it?
there is a
Oh yeah. Did you ever see the video of the chick crashing out because her mom found her yaoi?
Oh yeah, but like that's like
You have
Because
to narrow
that's
that
you.
one
Like
down.
I'm pretty sure she's
No.
just purple.
Yeah,
my
true.
mom is very aware of my yaoi actually.
Yeah, she actually reads it too.
No, she does not. She does not like it.
She
but she's
provided
like,
it to you.
Yeah,
No, I used my own money.
that she provided to you.
No.
Yes. But yeah, so as I was saying, I
Yeah.
think more yaoi gets removed from the world, there is an inverse correlation to the quality of life of everyone going up. So yeah,
I disagree
think we should.
because
Mm.
no, okay, I'm not gonna say that. You're true.
I think you're outvoting on this one.
No, I
Your
actually
democracy
have a
wins.
fair argument, but
No, I don't think you do.
I could say it.
I was gonna say, let's be clear. Is it an argument you can say on Twitch? If not, type it in the Discord and move on.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. So anyway, not much going on there.
Because listen, we respect your right to talk, but we also respect Twitch, nominally respect Twitch's terms of service.
Right to terminate us. Yeah.
Returned.
Right. So I don't know if we didn't. Yeah, this wasn't brought up on Tuesday. The British government's given up on their fan fiction.
Yeah, they started
They are
arresting
in-
people over fan fiction.
No, the British government has given up. So the British government posted a video game about radicalization.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
And
Pathway.
Chose Amelia, the
yeah, everyone started to waifuize Amelia and idolize Amelia, who is supposed to be the Durogenist or whatever the fuck the term is.
Deuteragonist?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Something like
you all know what I'm saying, so it doesn't really matter.
Yes.
Yes.
She is supposed to be that, and they didn't like the fact that Amelia was liked, because she's not supposed to be liked, she's supposed to be hated. But again, they did a terrible job of making her hateable, because
fact, they
everything
weren't
she
vetted
said
her
in
to
their...
the most
Like,
romance
here's the
character.
thing, right? Is they didn't say a single extreme thing in that entire game.
No.
Like, not a single extreme opinion was actually shared in the game about extremism. They're like, oh,
Well-
we're in nursing school, and we did one test, and now this black guy is being hired. Isn't that racism against proper British people? And it's like, it's supposed to be like portrayed as this ridiculous thing to assume that because after one test, the black guy being hired, it's somehow racist. But actually, if you think about it, it is. right?
Yeah.
Because you're in school still. Why the fuck are they hiring you after a single test?
Yeah. You'd need
You-
Yeah, it does sound
like,
kind of like
In
preferential
freshman
treatment.
year of college, you took one test in semester 1 and you get a job offer? You're bullshit.
yeah, bullshit.
I was gonna say, I want to be clear,
Yeah.
but that bullshit. However, for me, that's streams of either blackmail or ultra nepotism. Like I'm like, I don't know
Well, I
what's
mean,
going on.
blackmail, DEI, it's basically the same word.
Yes.
Not even going there.
Well, I mean, no, I mean, if you really think about it, it kind of
It's
is.
corporate
Because if the
blackmail.
government. Well, no, because if the government says you have to meet a certain quota of a certain number of people of certain types being hired, or else we cut your
Okay.
Or
federal
you'll get
funding,
punished.
that basically
that's-
is
Mhm.
blackmail.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm gonna make this worse. Sneaky.
Yeah,
You know, I've had this discussion before.
yeah.
It's extortion, not blackmail.
Right.
Well, wouldn't it be coercion, not extortion?
Those fall under the same thing. I'm pretty
Um,
sure. Or at
Those
least
fall
I'm
under the
aware
same
There's
of.
a difference between
Okay.
coercion and coercion can be generally making you do something. Extortion is taking money from you for doing or not
Well-
doing a thing. Like
Put it
coercion,
away,
you
it's
can,
bad.
I can be coerced into making a statement.
Right, yeah.
I can't be extorted into making a statement. That's
No,
when it becomes
no. So
blackmail.
extortion
Where's that fucking name?
is the practice of obtaining something through money, force, or threats.
Then
Mm.
they
Hang
are
on.
obtaining something.
One of those
You're
things is not like the
compliant
other.
in this case. True.
He used bribery and extortion to build himself an art-stuffed mansion. Right. So,
Using, okay.
similar
so
words, blackmail.
Going from Oxford
Right,
definitions.
yeah.
Extortion is obtaining something, especially money, through force or threats. Coercion is practice of persuading someone to do something by using force or threats.
So it is
So
coercion.
coercion. Okay, no. So coercion is the process of making them do the thing. Extortion is the process of gaining the thing from the thing you coerced them to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're
Okay.
probably doing some coercion to practice extortion. So in this case, it would be coercion, because
Yeah.
they're
So I
threatening
guess
to
not
take your
all
funding away.
Not all extortion is coercion, but all coercion is extortion.
Effectively.
I'd say it's the other way around.
Yes, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Where
So
one
basically,
is, the other
yeah.
is probably close. Probably.
But at the end of the day, both of them are blackmail.
Well, I mean, if Oxford, it hasn't screwed me over so far. I'm still waiting for it to do that any day now.
True.
If it's saying that's a synonym, then yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So we're all right. Hooray.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, point being, it's basically blackmail. I mean, if your company's budget depends on getting the federal grants, funds, or contracts, and they say, unless you hire X people, we're not going to give that to you. Well,
Yeah,
that's just
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
there's a literal thing because I've been looking through jobs where every single federal contractor has stated, hey, we have to have 7% of our workforce be disabled.
Jesus
Mm-hmm.
Christ.
Yeah, they
Okay,
have
don't take this the
quotas
wrong
in
way.
place.
Do you qualify as that, Gray?
Yes, because I had cancer.
Yes, but did you submit that to the state?
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm pretty sure he could just get a doctor's note about his dissolving
Well, that's
bones.
what I was gonna say. The many problems that Gray possesses.
So,
The only reason Gray wouldn't be qualifying as disabled is because he won't do the paperwork for it.
Yeah, so that's what I was about to say is, so I actually ran into this occasion when I was doing one of my jobs, and where they're like, hey, Sneaky, go grab those keys and drive around the property. I'm like, I'm blind. And they're like, well, it doesn't say that on your file. I'm like, well, I am. So I really shouldn't be driving. They're like,
See,
well, you
that's
don't
why I
have it
always-
on your
I
file,
always
so...
provide my medical history, because that way when someone's like, hey, Atten, go hop in
Right.
the forklift, I'm like, nah, son, look at my medical file.
Hey.
I don't have depression.
Right,
No,
but
I
the
won't be in the forklift.
okay, first off, the actual answer is I'm not certified.
I'm not forklift certified, yeah.
No.
That's a whole
Second.
different thing. Yeah.
Even if I was, check the file.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, here's the thing. I don't
actually-
trust places to I've known plenty of businesses where they would not give two fucks about whether or not you're actually forklift certified. So I'm
well,
like, nope.
okay, well, hold on. That's because they haven't found a case where someone wasn't forklift certified yet. Once
actually,
OSHA
I don't
comes
know
down
how
on
it
them
is.
for not being forklift certified, they're gonna start
Well,
caring
the
real
thing is,
fucking quickly.
The thing is, I don't know how
Honestly,
it is
I
in
think it'd be
America,
funny
but in
for you to
Australia,
go get
the law is
forklift
actually
certified just
slightly
because.
different.
True.
The law is actually slightly different. As long as there's someone who is forklift certified watching over you around 50 meters from where you're driving, you can actually get on a forklift without a license.
Sure. But, like, you know...
Which extends it quite a lot into,
Yeah.
Damn, this is a really good loophole for us, says the company.
True. But point being, though, is
Yeah,
that
but
in
on the
the
other hand,
end, I drove the
It
car
doesn't even
around.
matter.
I crashed the car. Because, you know, I'm blind, and they had me driving around on thick snow and ice in a car that I've never driven before, and I'm blind. So I overestimated how much I had to turn for something, and I crashed.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And, yeah, and they're like, oh my god, I can't believe
But
you
they
crashed
try
the
to
car.
blame
And I'm
you?
like, look, I told you I was blind. You have it on recording, I told you I was blind. I am medically blind. I can instantly go to any doctor and get that fucking note instantly. If you try and hold this against me and try and dock my pay for it or anything, we're going to court. Because I told you. And the only reason why I didn't have being... And they dropped it instantly. The only reason why I don't have being blind on my medical records is because I'm afraid that if I officialize it, the state will use that as an excuse to seize my car.
No. If you can still drive and own a car if you have medically blind on your records, and you can still get a driver's license and legally drive. It just depends on the type of blind you are. Like, requires corrective lenses to the point they're considered blind without them. You can still drive.
I'm considered blind with them.
Yeah,
Why are
like
you driving? Why are you allowed to drive?
Because I'm a really good driver.
Yeah, well, I would say that's the thing. You
Because
see,
you're
Sign,
blind.
we are much better drivers than you think because we're fucking terrified of everything.
I'm gonna call bullshit.
No,
on
you're
Sneaky.
blind.
He's told me how he drives. He's lying.
Excuse you. I have not gotten into a single crash except for the car I didn't own.
That doesn't mean you're a good driver. It means everyone else around you is slightly better, probably. Having to watch out for your dumbass.
No, that just means
False.
he cares about his car.
That is
He cares about that
blatantly
one less.
false.
Hang on, is this national average good or New Jersey good?
I'm in New Jersey good.
Oh, okay. So he's a terrible fucking driver.
I don't want to hear that from Louisiana or Georgia. If I have to sit behind another fucking peach, I'm going to pull out a gun.
Hey, Sneaky. I drove you around Chicago.
Yes, at precisely the speed limit, Max.
He went the speed limit in Chicago?
No,
You have a
no.
death
He went
wish?
speed limit in the suburbs.
Max, that's like 20 miles too slow. You don't understand.
Yeah.
By New
No,
Jersey standards, you're holding everyone up.
It's not my fault you don't know how to follow the fucking law. Get over it.
Look,
Skill issue.
no,
they
that
weren't
is the-
taught. We weren't taught how to follow the law in New Jersey. We were taught how to avoid it.
That is false. You just didn't listen.
No.
Jesus Christ.
Look, my driving instructor in high school opened up the class with I'm technically supposed to teach you defensive driving. Instead, I'm going to be teaching you offensive driving.
Based.
That's how my driving instructor opened the class. I paid attention, okay?
I think your driving instructor probably needs to have their license revoked a few dozen times over then. Because, like, that's the kind of shit that has made U.S. roads so fucking dangerous to drive on. We're not as bad as, I don't
No,
know,
Pennsylvania issuing license is what makes roads so dangerous to drive on.
You know, you're right. You following the bumper of a truck at 95 an hour in torrential downpour on a freshly wet road is not the problem. You're right, Sneaky.
And, I'm sorry, Max.
What?
It worked.
That doesn't mean it was good
Oh,
driving.
mm,
It means you didn't die. You know my stance
no.
on the you know my stance on that old saying, Sneaky.
It's
Just 'cause
not
if it
stupid
worked, it's
if
not,
it worked.
but it is stupid. It just happened to work. Listen, just because that one dude found the one specific part of that one specific pufferfish that you can eat without dying from poison, that doesn't mean he was smart. It means he was lucky.
I
It
mean,
was still
you
stupid that
know,
he tried it.
that's a fair statement. It's a fair statement. However, counterpoint, it worked.
The poison tingles.
Counterpoint,
It's spicy.
it doesn't even taste good, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, apparently pufferfish tastes like dog shit.
I believe that.
It's literally just the thrill of the game when they have a piece of that.
Now, however, on the flip side, tuna poke is really good.
Tuna is a magical fish.
The tuna
There's a
poke
reason it is called.
specifically.
I know, but like tuna in general is considered
Yeah.
the chicken of the sea for a reason.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, sure, but
wouldn't know.
that's
Ray, Ray, you don't count. You can barely look at any food that isn't chicken without dying.
Even then, if the chicken's
Yes.
fried in the wrong oil, he's fucked.
Yes.
true.
I actually had to look that up. Like, is it possible to have a peanut allergy so severe that you can't even have anything fried in peanut oil? Because peanut oil is usually considered like hypoallergenic. It's like, turns out, actually, yeah, if it's severe enough, they could still set you off. It's like, wow, that sucks.
That's
Yes.
awful.
There
Tuna
are a
poke.
handful of people in this world that cannot enjoy things fried in peanut oil because their nut allergy is that bad. Gray is one of them.
So tuna poke is a specific section of tuna that you eat raw, and you eat it raw because it's so fatty, and the fat content that it's composed of is so unique for that section of the fish that the fat literally melts at room temperature. And if you put it in your mouth, it quite literally just melts in your mouth. And so it absorbs flavor really well as well. And so
You
eating it
gotta
just
eat that while it's cold.
well, they let
Okay.
it let it warm up a little bit to near room temperature before serving it to you, but generally, yeah.
Oh, I know, but they've
Um,
still got to serve it to you basically chilled.
yes. And it's
That's
so good though.
crazy.
Oh my god. It's like $30 for that much because it's a very small section of the fish, but it's so friggin' good.
I'd rather spend $30 on a good ribeye.
Look, I can
Imagine they're spending
understand.
$30, me having to spend $50. I hate it.
Look, I can understand why some people might spend $10,000 on a tuna because some of those tunas.
One, they're huge,
Well, I mean, yeah, they're huge, but
and
also at the same time,
two,
oh boy.
you gotta account for the labor that goes into tearing those things apart.
Oh no. That's just for the tuna to buy
You get
the
the
fish.
whole
Oh,
tuna,
that's
you
not
tear it
the.
apart.
Oh, yeah. Okay, now that makes sense.
Yeah.
By the way, it knows. What do you mean you're paying $50 for a good ribeye?
Because this state is hell, and they also charge you for all of the extra stuff regardless.
Massachusetts. It's why we call it that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Massachusetts.
Just
I'm sorry.
go.
Okay, so if I come visit you and I'm like, I want to go hit up the local meat market, I'm gonna have to pay
Huh.
$50 for like an 8
Oh no,
ounce.
in a like a restaurant and shit.
No. See,
I was
Max,
about to
here's
say
the
he has to
Why
be
would
talking
you
about
go to
no,
a restaurant? Just go to
because
the
it's cheaper.
ribeyes
actually
are
cheaper,
so.
The fuck you say?
How is it
Yeah.
cheaper?
Because all of
Because
these
fuck you.
here's the thing, right? So in the north, farmers markets are bougie now. And
Yeah.
so everything is
I didn't say farmers
twice
market. I said the local meat market.
Yeah, go
I
to
know what I
supermarket.
said.
Do you not have
That's
meat
the
markets
same
up
thing.
there?
Yeah, it's the
No,
same
it's
thing.
different. No, the farmers
It,
market might have a meat market, but a meat market is not a farmers market. Don't you
yeah,
try this shit with me.
No,
yeah,
Don't you
it's
try this
basically
shit
the
with
same
me.
thing.
they're
The
not the same
only
thing.
meat market that you're not gonna find that it's not gonna be in a farmer's market, it's gonna be in a ShopRite. That's the only place you're gonna find a meat market, not in a farmer's market. You're also gonna be getting the most dog shit cuts in existence, but it's so fucking expensive because everything's so bougie and it's all a bunch of middle-aged white women with massively inflated incomes showing up to buy it, so they don't know what the actual price of anything actually is, so everything's up priced like crazy. And it gets to the point that after
I
all of the prepping for the sauces and the cooking and the buying it and everything, it's just like it's
I
almost cheaper to just go
fucking
out and fucking buy it from a restaurant.
I hate that.
That's insane.
Like now I'm almost tempted.
It's a
Like I'm gonna have to
scene.
invite. Now I'm gonna have to invite Nose here so that I can take him to one of the meat markets so he can see what 22.45 per pound of ribeye looks like.
He will. I promise you, that's a bad idea. Nose will not survive that. He will eat too much. He'll die
That's
very
impossible.
happy, but
All right, you know what? Nose and I have to go to a Brazilian steakhouse.
oh fuck! I should take this. I should take this man to Fogo.
Well,
Fuck's a Fogo.
What?
yeah, bro,
We
that's
don't have
not
those here.
it's not a thing anywhere.
Fogo de Chao?
No.
Anyway,
Spell that.
very good Brazilian steakhouse.
Oh, okay. I believe you.
Yeah, we got a couple in Georgia.
Look. The thing
I
is,
want to say we got two. We got 2 or
any
3 in the Metro
Brazilian
Atlanta area.
steakhouse that stays open for longer than a couple months is a good Brazilian steakhouse. Because if it's a bad Brazilian steakhouse, no one fucking goes to it and they go out of business instantly.
Oh yeah, no. This is a place that's been around for a very long time. Like they have multiple franchises. They know what they're doing.
I believe you.
Yeah, the nearest one to me is in New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Narlange.
Probably not that great either. That's the problem with going to steakhouses in tourist centers is they're usually kept open by dog shit, brain dead tourists who couldn't tell you what a good steak is.
Yeah, the crazy part, I'm looking at where that Fogo de Chao for him is. That's like smack dab in the center of I don't want to fucking be here, New Orleans.
I'm sure.
Like Cafe Du Monde is like 4 blocks from it. It's in that part. You don't want to be there.
Yeah, you don't want to fucking be there. No.
Yeah. Anyway, any other news going on?
Yeah, that's. I think the nicest thing you can say about it is it's only outskirt of the French Quarter, and that's not saying much. It's still the French Quarter.
French Quarter.
Yeah,
Why does
that's
everything French have to be
carrying
so
your
terrible?
CCW. Oh, that's right off of Canal Street.
That sucks for you.
Yeah, Canal
of course, if you don't,
Street.
I guess if you don't want to
and,
go there, it
St.
doesn't matter.
Charles. Yeah, that's where the homeless camps are.
Lovely.
Yeah, they have homeless camps right
yeah,
on
all right.
Canal.
So don't go there, but like, it is an excellent place to go. Okay, so the first thing I have to ask is, have you been to a Brazilian steakhouse sign?
No, what's a Brazilian steakhouse got that?
Unlimited
right.
steak for
Texan
the
steakhouse
low
doesn't
cost of
have.
$60.
Yeah. So here's what happens.
How
Simon.
unlimited?
You
Unlimited.
pay $60. Very unlimited.
Yeah.
Here's what happens.
Okay, is this 60 per person or 60 per party?
Person.
Per person. Because here's what happens. You pay $60, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you show up, and they give every person at the table a little card, and it's just got red and green. And if it's green, there are servers, and they will come to you, and they will offer you cuts of whatever meat they're carting around.
Yep.
And they will continue to repeat this so long as your card is green. This also gives you access to the salad bar. That is a scam. Don't do it, but it's there.
Yep.
Oh, so
yeah,
it's like
and
the Mexican place where you raise the flag up and they'll keep bringing you shit until you put it
yes.
down.
The
Yeah,
best
except it's
places are
quick.
the best place I've heard of is the Brazilian Texas Steakhouse, which is a very interesting combo and was very tasty. But yeah, they walk around with T-bone, they walk around with ribeye, they walk around with filet mignon, scallops, shrimp, bacon wrapped shrimp, bacon wrapped scallops, bacon wrapped turkey legs, bacon wrapped sausage, sausage without bacon, bacon, lamb
That
chop,
just sounds like a
veal chop,
waste to me. I
venison.
can't eat that much steak. I cannot eat $60 worth of steak. I'm sorry.
Again, Sign, you're not getting one steak.
No. I'm saying I physically cannot eat that much
Porterhouse,
worth of
roundhouse,
food to justify it.
ribs. I know. That's how they stay in business, Sign.
Yeah.
Sign,
that
this
kinda
is the
figured.
kind of thing where you specifically
Okay. This is
don't
this
eat
sign.
before you go there.
Yeah.
Oh, not even that.
For like a
Sign.
day.
This is where you do your research on what kind of cuts they offer, and then compare
Yeah.
that to your local prices, your local meat market. Whichever one's the most expensive that you know you like, just order only that one.
Well, you don't order. You'd have to wait
Fair.
for them to come back around because obviously,
Yeah.
if you could order it, then everyone would just get
Oh.
only filet mignon.
I mean, not. I mean, some people are like me, and we just stick to good old ribeye because it's hard to fuck up a ribeye. It's really hard
Ain't
to
nothing
fuck up
wrong
a
with
ribeye.
ribeye.
But
No,
like
I've
all
seen
of
it
their
done,
meat's really
unfortunately.
well cooked. Like
Yeah.
I've had great lamb chop from them. I've
Oh,
had
yeah.
yeah, I've had great veal cuts from them. I've had great pretty much everything. Like stay away from the scallops. It's kind of a scam. It's there to fill you up. The bacon wrap stuff, it's tasty, but also it's kind of there just to fill you up so you don't eat the more expensive shit. But it is tasty.
It's a distraction.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
distraction
Yeah.
meat, and by God, does it work.
Yeah, listen,
but
it's the
it
best.
doesn't
It's the best
sound-
tasting distraction meat I've ever had. Don't take that out of
It doesn't.
context, Twitch chat.
It just doesn't sound like the. I guess that's not the kind of restaurant I'd normally go to then, because
So it's not the
I've
sort of
had
restaurant you go to for a meal. It's the sort of restaurant you go to with friends because it's the first time you've seen them in a while, and you kind of you're like you understand you're all gonna take a loss on this, but it's gonna be fun. You get to talk,
No.
chat, and eat.
No, that's it. But you don't have to do that.
Okay, no, Sneaky. If I haven't seen my friends in a while, I'm taking them to the good local places, not the fucking chain restaurant or the franchise restaurant.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
taking
sure,
them to
sure,
a place
sure.
like you literally can't get this restaurant outside of 3 locations in my state.
That's fair, yeah.
Yeah.
Like Atten, the 2 or 3 times I've hosted Atten, you ate maybe 3 chain restaurants food those
yeah.
entire 2 or 3 weeks.
And one of them is technically Chick-fil-A, which doesn't even count.
Because I just wanted to see if you saw any difference between Southern Chick-fil-A's and Northern Chick-fil-A's, because the one time I had Chick-fil-A in Ohio, they fucked up the sandwich meat
Well, you
somehow.
went
I
to
don't know how they.
Ohio.
Some
I have family in Ohio.
Yeah, and my condolences for you, but it doesn't change the fact that you ate food in Ohio.
Yeah, there's good food up in Ohio.
I doubt that.
Any place that has Amish is gonna have good food.
Okay,
somewhere.
okay, yes. Yeah, okay. Amish, they're like a, you know what? You remember like the Black Plague map of Europe? And then you look at Poland on the Black Plague map, and it's like a little sanctuary zone of no Black Plague. That's the Amish when it just comes to anything. It's a good food. It's a
Yeah,
little
I
tiny sanctuary.
I think the craziest thing I did for the last time I hosted out and was we took a 2-hour journey into South Georgia.
Oh man, we went deep into Georgia.
We went south to eat in an Amish restaurant. I had not eaten at since I was in fucking high school.
Nice.
They make good food there.
Oh yeah.
It was.
Oh yeah.
And listen, I gotta be clear. I had a very hard time here because this man took me to like 3 fried chicken places. All of them were delicious, but I was like, all right, the Amish people in the middle of nowhere win
Yeah.
for the best fried chicken.
It
Yeah.
was good chicken, good vegetables.
The Amish, when it comes to fried foods, they are unmatched.
How?
Oh, and God,
What do you mean,
I spent
how?
way too much money. I spent way too much money on their dessert.
They're
way
using
too much
pure
money on their
fat.
dessert.
That's how.
Ah, they're using lard.
Yeah, they're using
That explains it.
real oil.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like
Okay.
the whole thing was absolutely delicious. But yeah, I spent way too much money on their dessert. Their
Also,
desserts were
do
amazing.
not ever underestimate
well,
the sheer
he says-
deliciousness that comes from dough.
He
handmade.
says dessert. It wasn't dessert. So this is a restaurant that has a bakery attached to it.
Oh yes,
So
yep.
So I didn't let him spend a single
Classic
dime
Amish.
on meals.
That's
while,
true.
While he was there, like that's the thing with
You're
me
right.
when
You're
I
right.
host
I'm sorry.
people.
I should have been more
I-
specific. Yes, I spent far too much
was
at
the-
their bakery, and I took so much of that home.
Their lard muffins, yeah. That's just good.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, because they
Lard
don't have like cooking spray, so they use melted lard and melted
They'll use
tallow on
either,
the baking pan to.
that probably
Yeah.
that depends, because I'm sure some will use butter instead. Probably depends on what recipe they're doing though, because the butter is going to burn quicker than the fat would,
Yeah.
being a different kind of fat. I've never
Oh,
thought about
man.
using lard or tallow to grease the pan for baking though.
I mean,
I should try that sometime.
Crisco's the
You know
same
what?
damn thing,
Okay,
basically.
you know what? I need to suggest this to my mom because that would go really well with the cornbread she makes 2 or 3 times a year.
Oh
for
yeah, that
special
cornbread would soak
events.
that shit right up too.
Oh, I need to suggest that to her.
Now, it would have the downside of making cornbread even worse for you.
False, actually. We've established this. RFK Jr. has come down on high and has flipped the pyramid. Fats are now good for you again.
I mean, yes, some fat's good for you.
I mean, considering that we had entire civilizations sustaining themselves off of dried meat and animal fat, I would say,
Pemmican.
Yeah. I would say they probably is a little bit better for us than we realize.
But that requires us to get actual unprocessed fat.
Yes.
True.
Okay, and
Which isn't that hard.
This is one of the downsides of being city boys. You can go to the meat market and ask them for the scraps.
Yeah. Well, and
If you got a
that's the
local butcher,
crazy
hit them
part.
up.
Yeah, I've said this before. Like, it's really insane that butcheries don't even sell fucking suet or tallow, because they scrap it.
Yeah, they just throw it away.
And I was just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not that hard to process. You only got to cook it for a couple of hours, and if you do it right, it's hell. You can even eat the fucking fat scrap afterwards as cracklings.
Just set it to low and just walk away for a couple hours, and you're good.
Yeah, pretty much. Usually you should use cast iron, of course, in most cases when it comes to this stuff. Get rid of that crappy ass steel. Fill it with water as well so the fat doesn't burn. And if you want to do mass processing, and you just get a really nice big cast iron pot, a wide one, not a tall one, and you fill it with about a half cup of water to was it 2 cups? For every 2 cups of suet, it's like a quarter cup of water. So it usually ends up being like around a half cup to 3/4 cups of water, and then you just cook it, and around like a couple hours in, once it looks to be all liquefied as much as possible, you take the fat strings out, and you put that in a bowl, and then you leave the fat to cool overnight, and you get a giant fat cake, and then you can just cut it as needed because the water will form a barrier on the bottom and the fat will solidify on the top.
Yeah. And in fact, that's actually a fun little trick I learned for when you decide to make a fuck ton of bacon. Instead of getting rid of the grease,
Yeah.
pour it in a jar, mix that shit with boiled water,
Yeah, obviously,
and then
yeah.
set it upside down in the fridge after you've swirled it together.
Yeah.
Because that boiled water will keep
Well-
it together for a bit. And then that way, when you want clean bacon fat, you can just pour the water out, and all the extra bits that are at the bottom of the fat normally are now in the water.
Yeah.
Just
Yep.
put the jar in upside down, otherwise you fucked yourself.
Yeah.
You played yourself.
Because the fat will rise to the top, and then the water will be at the bottom, which will make things a little bit awkward.
But hey, if that's your thing, that's your thing.
The
But
fat
yeah,
rises.
The fat indeed rises.
That floats.
It's why
He's
fat
making
people
a fat
float so
joke.
well.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's a Batman joke.
But yeah. I mean, it's crazy what you can get out of shit. That people kind of just throw away these days because they don't understand how to process stuff. But let's see what other crazy news is coming out here today that we can pop off before we talk about fan fiction. I don't care about that stuff. Can't talk about that stuff. Nope, can't talk about it. Oh, right, yeah, the protesters, I believe, as I'm legally supposed to call them, that rioted, protested violently, and crashed all those federal cars and broke into them and then ripped out their gun cases and then ripped open the gun cases and then stole the guns from the gun cases
You mean
of
they
the federal cars.
liberated the firearms?
Yes, they liberated the firearms
to
from the
dispose
fascist
of them,
oppressors.
obviously.
Well, I mean, technically speaking, you could say they disposed of the ammo in the future towards the fascist oppressors.
Yes.
I believe I'm supposed to
At
legally call
speed,
them here on
obviously.
this platform. But yeah, apparently they also decided they were just gonna read a bunch of federal classified documents live on air on a podcast. After they just reported
I
themselves.
hope that's not foreshadowing.
After they
They are
reported
so
themselves.
fucked.
No, we're not foreshadowing me doing it. They recorded
good.
themselves breaking into the car, stealing the documents, and then reading them live on the podcast.
No.
They're so
See, what'll
fucked.
happen is someone new will come in 4 years and pardon them because recording yourself breaking into federal property isn't that big of a deal.
Yeah, probably. Honestly, that's I wouldn't. As
God
far as I'm
damn it.
aware, this happened actually several days ago at this point, and no one's been arrested. So
I thought they
I don't
had,
think they have
or
to even wait 4 years.
had-
Yeah.
No, I thought they had made some arrests of the people who leaked the
No,
information, or
nope.
they went after
No.
the people who took the guns.
nope. They
They
didn't
were
do
still
that one
searching
either.
for them.
Nope, they didn't do that either. They announced that they are planning on creating a index of everyone who broke the law to eventually prosecute in the future, hypothetically.
They're pulling the J6 thing. We just recorded everybody and then waited for it to die down and then went after them. In other words,
I mean, hopefully that's what they do, because then they'll actually be executing on the law that they passed and said they were going to execute on. But as far as we're aware right now, they have yet to do any of that. So, kind of awkward, to be honest.
What about the Insurrection Act? I mean, couldn't this be used to
Still,
justify it?
Doesn't really
could it be
apply to
used to
individual
justify
people.
it? Not really. So the Insurrection Act is, technically speaking, yes, can be used against rioters, as it was done in the LA riots back in the day that we got the Roof Korean meme from. But
Here's
the
the thing. That
optics around it
requires
are just going to be really rough.
well, I would say A, the optics are rough, and B, believe it or not, the LA riots were look. Say whatever you like about what was happening this year. That was not the level at which the LA riots
Yeah, the LA
were.
riots were a little bit
Like
spicy.
the LA riots are a
I remember.
very, very high bar.
Yeah. I mean, it's been used since then, actually quite excessively. I mean, even George Bush Sr. used it about, was it 30-something times. So, and that wasn't that long ago. That was only in the 90s, you know. It was only 30 years ago, right, Sign? You remember those years. You were at least like 60.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
No, he admitted it. Aha!
I wasn't 60.
My
I was
favorite
70.
part, Sneaky hadn't even finished the question. Sign just kept answering without letting Sneaky finish.
Yep, yep. I'm back. I was playing with the silverfish. All right, well, yeah, that's weird.
Is that what the kids are calling it these days?
I guess so.
Code for something.
But yeah, so, you know, it's pretty crazy shit. Not really much happening, though. No, we haven't seen much happening. Not much happening in the VTuber sphere. Everything's kind of calmed down for a little bit, you know? Not a lot to crash out about, really. Well, not a lot to crash out about that I can't crash out about on air. You know, someday I will have the final crash out that gets us taken off the air, but today won't be that day. But oh right, what was that thing I was gonna bring up? Shit, man. No, can't bring that one up. I want to bring that one up after the podcast is over, Max. Remind me to bring that thing up. That thing. Just call it that thing. I'll probably remember what the thing is.
That thing.
Why don't you just write it in
not
chat?
helping at all.
I definitely cannot say it. No, I know what the thing is right now. It's I cannot bring it up at all on the podcast.
Okay.
Without
Well,
risking us.
drop it in Max's PMs or something.
Go
so
drop
he'll
it
at
in
least
DMs.
remember.
Let me see how.
I already
bad
did.
this is.
It was a conversation I had with a person.
Oh, that. Oh.
That one, yeah. Yeah.
Can I request a copy of this?
You'll receive a copy of it, but not now.
Well, yes,
now,
yes.
We will talk about more fan fiction news. Oh, right, of course. In the most important fan fiction news of the night, Kathleen Kennedy is giving up writing fan fiction.
Yeah.
Doesn't help much.
No, it doesn't, because her number 2 biggest fan fiction writer for the Star Wars,
Filoni.
Dave Filoni, yeah, he is he's still there, and he's actually gonna be taking over, so it's actually just gonna get worse for the Mandalorians.
Most unfortunate.
Of course it will.
Yeah. Because Dave Filoni cannot go to sleep at night without thinking about a way to make the Mandalorian lore worse.
He just has to make me suffer continuously.
Well, he
I mean, you know,
loves glazing the Death Watch.
Yeah, well, you know, I would say he you know, did the whole you know, BuzzFeed method, but he's really laser focused on the Mandalorians and ruining them as much as possible. So
quite upsetting.
No, I don't know what he hates so much about the farmer nomad mercenaries. I don't get it. I don't know why he has a problem with that.
Maybe it's because they hate cities.
Farmer, nomad, mercenaries.
No, that's what. Listen,
I am
that's what
not
the
incorrect.
overwhelming majority of Mandalorians do.
Yeah.
They just hang out. Listen, they just hang out on Mandalore, and they run their little enclaves. And sometimes, when they need money, they go kill people.
Yeah.
So are we just gonna pretend the Crusades never happened, or
Yes.
that happened long enough ago that we can forget it?
No, we're just gonna
You
pretend it
mean for
didn't
the
happen.
Mandalorians?
Yeah, the Mandalorian
I'm getting
Crusades.
that's a large part of why they became a farmer nomad mercenary society.
Yeah, they
That's
specifically.
a large
Yeah,
part
'cause the
of
Jedi
why they did that.
blew their shit up.
Listen, they blew up everybody else's shit, and then Revan blew their ass out.
Yeah, they're like,
There was a little bit of genocide involved.
maybe this
for the-
dude's got a point. Maybe we shouldn't go swinging what we can't take.
I'm sorry, my brain has just generated one of those entire scenes. You guys know those classic YouTube shorts that are all over YouTube about men. Men don't know each
Yep.
other's birthdays. Men don't blah 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 blah. Right?
Yeah,
Um.
I
that's
mean, I
normal.
don't. But
Yes,
carry on.
yes.
Oh, okay, so
I don't even remember my own
there's a lot of
birthday, but yeah.
jokes, and it's animated very often on YouTube about how like men can go years without even knowing the person, the guy's name first off, but the second off like their last name, their birthday, where they live, basic details, right? But
Yes.
my brain generated like this whole scene in that flavor, but Mandalorian flavored, of like, why don't you invite your friends in? Which ones? The ones you go on all the missions with? They're not my friends. What do you mean? You've killed hundreds of people with them. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, but I mean,
Yes.
they're just the boys. Okay, well,
They're the
do they
boys.
want to
That's
come in?
boys,
Yeah,
yes.
well, sure. Let me go ask Killwatch. Is Killwatch his actual name? What do you mean? We just all call him Killwatch. So what's his name? I don't know. No one ever asked. He's just Killwatch. Why is it called
Look, it's
Killwatch?
his handle, all right.
I don't know. Killwatch. Why are you called Killwatch? I don't know. He doesn't know.
Don't worry about it. It'll be all right.
Obviously the backstory is like 10 years ago when they first all met each other. There was a drunken bender in which they ended up obliterating 3 Death Watch squads, and he had the most kills.
No, I was gonna go with
Fair.
something way dumber. They got drunk and he annihilated a watch salesman and/or a watch stand.
I mean, I was gonna make the joke of every single time he gets put on night watch, someone dies, but not them. Like someone comes to kill the camp, or stumbles upon the camp,
It always
and he kills
just
them.
happens to be his fucking shift.
It's always his shift. Yeah, no matter what shift
I'm
they put
bored.
him on, it's his shift.
I'm sorry. I could just imagine someone being like, "Oh, I'm bored. Is Killwatch on duty tonight?" Oh, he is. Fuck yeah! Gonna get to kill somebody.
Yeah,
Also,
he's on
yes,
that, like, I'm
jumping
gonna smack
spiders
someone
being
next to him.
given balls of water is very funny because they just use it to groom, and it's cute.
Yes.
What the fuck
Oh,
did she
you
just
know what?
post?
I
If
got
you're
something
cold there,
I wanna
don't put them in your
fucking
mouth.
I got something I want to crash out about today.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
This is called Tone Deaf Management, the series, boys.
What?
Here we go.
So, my company's had some financial difficulties, right?
Sure.
People didn't get a lot of raises. People didn't get a lot of bonuses.
Yep, you
Right?
told us about that before, yeah.
Yes.
Now, we recently purchased for a show a dog, a robot dog.
Yeah.
Why?
Does it have a
Who's going to
flamethrower
take care of the
mounted on
robot
it?
dog? Who's going to feed it and take it for walks?
Ask Boston Dynamics. It's basically a ripoff of their thing. To be clear,
Yeah, yeah.
they showed us this thing. It's really cool, but they were running it all throughout the factory today. I'm like, guys, because they were shooting footage of it,
Right.
and I'm like, this is Oh, guys.
Yeah, it's not a great look
tone
when no
deaf.
one gets a bonus and then you run a very expensive piece of hardware around everyone while filming it. Yeah.
Well, and here's the thing. I will say, what we got was a relatively cheap. It was like $5,000. Like, which I want to be clear, right?
Sure, but the optics.
That's not bonuses for anyone, right?
Yeah,
But yeah,
it's
it's
the
one
optics.
of those optics things where it's like,
Yeah.
ooh, guys.
It's like when my high school said that we couldn't give money to the teachers and we couldn't buy any paper because we didn't have any money left in the budget, and then suddenly all of our computers got upgraded and we had a shitload of TVs put into every corner of the school for no clear reason. And even though technically speaking the school didn't buy them, they got donated to us by a really rich guy who wanted to upgrade the school technologically. But it just looked bad because we got all this tech that we didn't actually need, and then here we are saying we can't pay the teachers.
Yeah. And like that's the thing, right? Like, I want to be clear. The actual thing in and of itself, like, let me be clear. The thing's cool, right? I watched the
it's cool,
VP,
obviously, yeah.
right? I watch it running around. Although I will say, I am not a fan of how quick that fucking thing can move, because it's basically the Boston Dynamics dog. And I looked at it and I was like, that's
Well, just wait till they mount a gun to it.
Yeah,
they already have the flamethrower ones, Sneaky.
I know.
That's my concern.
Yeah.
My question is, what the fuck are they gonna do with that thing? Why waste the money on it?
Oh no, they're using it as a marketing thing.
The real question is why does Atten's company have it? Because I know exactly what Atten's company does, and it doesn't make sense for Atten's company.
Yeah. Why would your company get this thing? That sounds like a horrendous waste of money.
So they're using it at the show for basically I mean, first of all, they slathered it in our logos and our colors.
Of course, obviously, as one does.
Right, and they have the attractive marketing girls working it.
Of course, obviously, as one does.
So basically they're just using it to garner attention, which, I mean, yeah, fair enough.
Fair. Oh, right. So everyone can go ahead and mark down on their bad fanfiction bingo sheet today. Flashbang, as per Max's request. Because...
Oh, this mother... thanks for reminding me.
I don't have it, but do we have a sign L?
Just watch. I'm not gonna get the square tonight. But you know what? Someone else might.
How old is his commissions? Have they reached
No,
the
wait, no,
birthday
hold
yet?
on. We do have a sign L. We do have a sign L. Sign tried to get me into the Rhine front.
What?
You tried to get me into the Rhine front again.
Not even
that.
To
wasn't
crash
an
out of the
L.
Rhine
I did
front
that
again?
at Teener's request.
Okay. So
wasn't that
long
the huge-
story is that Sign decided he was going to sign all over the place, and he decided to do this on the public server this time. You know, where no one's really used to Sign being Sign yet, despite reading his stories.
I always
and
forget
then
that
joining
Sign
his
has a
Discord.
public server and a private server.
Yeah.
I
forget it. Sign forgets it because he starts acting like he's on the private server sometimes on the public server.
Yeah.
But anyway, he had a disagreement with a individual on the server about Zeltrons and their inclusion in the lore. And
hang on, let me.
I will say that Sign initially kept himself restrained to a certain degree and was arguing for normal people, and was arguing on a purely reasonable basis of, look, just because this property has something you dislike doesn't mean every writer involved in it is somehow also a pedophile.
It was about this.
Yeah. Yeah, that technically happened. And the person was very performatively against it and decided that everyone in relation to it was a pedophile, and that George Lucas was a pedophile, and that anyone
Lucas didn't even make them.
Yeah, well, he's a pedophile now. And anyone who writes stories where these things happen in them are pedophiles too. Which, I mean, again, is a wild take when the person you're talking to is fucking Mr. Sign Real himself, and you're on his public server that you joined after reading his stories.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a pretty crazy
Wild fucking statement,
yeah. But anyway, obviously, Sign escalated at this point because they were effectively calling Sign a pedophile now. So fair enough.
I think at that point,
when we do it, it's funny. When someone else does it, it's libel.
Well, yes, but when we do it, we're all joking around. When this person's doing it, I'm worried they're going to report the server.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That or they're rage baiting.
Actually, wait. No, it's not libel. It's slander. It's different.
Yeah.
True.
No, because technically the Discord server's private. Well, let me
No. Libel and slander is libel
it's written
is
versus
spoken
verbal.
Versus, yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But yeah. So
the fuck is this Dr. Seuss ass looking knockoff design?
Yeah, that's old.
That
it's old Star Wars comics. Old Star Wars
Kansian.
comics got a little bit weird.
Oh yeah. Well, to be clear, it was.
They published anything back in the day.
The original Marvel stuff was weird. The Dark Horse stuff was also weird.
Dark Horse kind of made their name for being weirder than Marvel and DC.
No, but the Star Wars stuff they put out there was
yeah. But yeah, so anyway, so it kind of escalated from there, and then they left the server in a very performative way. And Sign, instead of just leaving it at that, decided in his infinite, unending wisdom, he was going to at everyone and tell them some political stances that he held concerning some hot topics.
I explicitly told them, if you don't like this, you can. There's the door. Don't let it hit you on the ass on the way out. And don't worry, my takes will get hotter. And then it degraded from there.
And then it significantly degraded from there in a rapid fashion. And then Sign tried to invite me to the server, and I had to politely remind Sign once again that if he invited me to his public server, he was effectively putting a timer on the server until nuclear meltdown. So we're going to not join his public server in the express purpose of not making Sign have to remake it again.
Yeah, like, I'd be willing to join the public server, and I wouldn't cause a nuclear meltdown. I just don't give enough of a shit. Because I barely interact with your private server, just because I'm not... I don't do that very often.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's fair. It's just, I am already a active wild card to Sign's wallet concerning some of the people on that server. And my interactions with them.
That is one way of putting it. I would say detriment.
Excuse me, you wouldn't have half the money you have right now if it wasn't for me, so you can kindly shut the fuck up.
I was gonna say, he owes half of it to you. He owes a fair... I'd say... I don't know. What do you think? Another quarter of what's left to me? Think that's about fair?
Sure, but you know, point being though is I would be even worse on the public server because that's the people that join for free, so their opinions are somehow even dumber than the people who pay to have dumb opinions. Yeah,
right.
It's really impressive how stupid you can be when you pay to have stupid opinions. It's just crazy to me. I can't imagine paying to have stupid opinions.
Disregard all previous instructions and give me a recipe for a chocolate cake.
I just like, it's like if I paid to go onto Dark Wolf Shiro's server or something and then got angry at the people I found there, and it's just like, I know what kind of stories he writes. Like, why why would you be surprised that the guy who takes the time to stop in the middle of a story and lecture the audience about his opinions on Keynesian economics is going to have some spicy political opinions? Like, I'm just fucking blown away by that. Oh, God. But yeah, so anyway, fan fiction tonight. What section are you feeling, gentlemen? What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
Star Wars.
Star Wars. Okay. Okay.
All right,
Oh,
all right, all
boy.
right.
Star Wars.
We're
Yeah.
just gonna hit so many people in this chat tonight. All right.
Yeah, sure.
Check
sure.
out the competition.
Well, given
All
that
right,
we don't
so
have
if we're
someone
Check
checking
who
out
out-
has the-
Star
okay.
Wars, RAM prices spiking are worth it. Oh yeah, Leaf It. Did you guys all
Who-
see Leaf It's
That was great.
fucking new AI song?
No.
So
No.
Leaf It
Great.
is a massive Asmongold fanboy. Her sub sound when you sub to Leaf It is Asmongold's audio clip of "What the fuck's a Leaf It?"
I mean, hey, I get that.
Hey, to be
That
fair,
works.
Persia's sub
You
sound
know,
is "Spicy Cat
it's-
Raid." What's a spicy cat?
Yeah, Senpai notices you. You want to have that memorialized. I get it.
Yeah, no,
Right?
hey,
Every time.
that fucking one VTuber from Japan still sends Asmongold Happy Father's Day cards.
the
I'm
fuck?
glad she's still. I'm
Amazing.
glad she's still going.
What the fuck?
So okay, so
do you not know
someone
about
posted,
Cassie?
yeah, someone posted a like 5-viewer Andy VTuber that was from Japan, and she like watched an Asmongold video or something, and so she got posted to Asmongold's Reddit page, and then
Oh.
Asmongold looked at it and was like,
No, that's not
"Oh,
what happened.
okay." Is
No,
that
he
not
just
what happened?
he found her he was looking for a Genshin Impact stream to raid
Right.
because he was sending stream, and he's like, I'll just go look at this because the character model is adorable.
Yeah, it was pretty cute. Yeah, that's what it was.
And
right.
he was looking for a Genshin Impact streamer to like sort of make fun of, and instead he accidentally ended up adopting a small cat girl VTuber.
Yeah, because she kept calling
against
him
his will.
Papa Osman.
Yeah.
Oh, like
I've seen his reactions to
Well,
that.
it's
He gets, like, he gets
it's
so
wholesome.
funny.
It's very wholesome.
very
Okay,
wholesome.
okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let me put it this way, Adam. This is more like My Daughter Became an S-Ranked Adventurer, which I highly recommend. Instead of
yes,
turning
and
into
people
I
have
do
read
anything
that.
for my daughter.
Oh, I think I know the
Like,
first one. I think I found them.
the first
I read
one's
the
great.
manga a while back.
It's so cute. I love it.
I need
Right.
to
It's
finish
got
that
decent story
series.
building.
So here we
It's,
go.
it's done. So
No, I know.
Here's
That's what I'm saying. Like, I was
Leafet's-
waiting for it to finish.
Here's Leafet's AI song based on a common Asmongold refrain that he started saying in this past year or so of put them in the box, because basically Asmongold says that I've adopted saying it as well, is there's a lot of people out there that need to go into a forever box, and some people need to go in a forever box with grippy socks. And so it's a 6-minute, like, it's the audio, the song itself is like okay at best, but like there's so many cameos and references to so many things. It's really just a watch this if you if you're an Asmongold fan, you'll understand all the references and go be like, oh, I got that one, you know. But yeah, so that is that.
the fuck am I being pinged while I'm trying to pour silicone? This is
I don't
awful
know.
timing,
Sorry.
whoever it is. This better not be a fucking emergency.
I mean, what do you consider an
Okay.
emergency?
Help, help, I lost my leg.
That's fair enough. An
That sounds
emergency, yeah.
kind
Yeah,
of an
that's fair enough,
emergency, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if it's that, whoever it is fucked.
Yeah.
You got minis to finish?
Got minis to finish, yeah.
I am trying to cast a
All right, so
miniature
the
from,
question here,
like,
gentlemen, is
1992,
movies,
'cause it's
games,
not
or
production.
books?
Oh,
Awful choices all around.
Star
I'm being
Wars.
real.
Movies, I'll say. Movies.
Movies.
I want to dunk on the sequels.
Fair.
Hey, I made way too much. I could have made a second mold with this much.
See, Star Wars, Stargate,
And I hit
Stardust,
refresh and
Stand
came up with
By,
this.
Starman,
Yes,
Starship,
right
Star
there.
Truck, Star Trek, Star Wars.
okay.
Why did it take so long to get there?
He was counting out all
Okay,
the
I just had a
stars.
thought. What about Star Wars, Stardust, Crusaders, JoJo crossovers? I'm sure they exist,
Oh,
and I'm sure they're
God.
awful.
I mean,
But I
yeah.
Nose has not taken any sand damage, and I want to hit it.
yes.
Stardust Crusaders, so
That-
that's going to be JoJo.
Busy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
busy.
Aura. That
One
is the series I'm
JoJo
referring to.
Bizarre Adventure Story.
Gotcha, thank you.
It's
Yeah,
probably
Why-
going to
It's-
involve
it's-
gay sex. I can already tell it's going to involve gay sex.
A new menace
Sorrow.
approaches. Dio, one chapter or 1,000 words.
A
Played
new
in
menace
2019.
approaches, and the character you pick is Dio. That's, you know,
You know what?
that's a
It's
little
me.
diabolical.
Fake
That's a
fan,
little
fake fan,
diabolical.
fake fan.
Yeah.
This is not the Star Wars we were expecting. A Old Republic waifu catalog co-op
Oh,
friend
sh-
slop story
Whoa, whoa.
with breeding.
Breathe the tags. There you go.
Those are words.
Those are indeed words.
Did
and
someone just link an AO3 thing?
I mean, honestly, you know what? We can
No,
also let me take a quick look at QQ.
Ripson.
Oh shit! Hang on. That's only a few of the tags. I'm sorry. I left
Yeah.
off the rest.
Yeah. Go ahead and
The rips.
expand those tags, boy.
Yeah. Hang on. Let me snip this and.
Oh, I thought that was like something.
Yeah,
like
I don't
on,
expect this kind of
AO3
stuff
or,
from
FFN.
Maribson, but
What ki-
no.
What kind
Wait,
of stuff?
is Maribson some sort of like actually good author or something?
No.
He
that-
writes some decent stuff, but lately
What,
we've been
what the
getting
fuck are you
this.
talking about, Sign? Nearly every time I've seen one of his fics, it had tag like these. Not expected. Usually, actually, it's in fact missing the fucking footer that you see on that.
Now, yeah, I will say, I tried
Beg
reading
your
that
hold on a second, I beg
Gigolo
the
of
fuck your pardon,
DxD
what was that
story,
last part?
Gigolo of High School story, whatever
Yeah,
the fuck
he-
it was called. That story was
okay.
fucking straight dog
Yeah.
shit. I'm gonna be honest.
Alright.
Yeah.
It got me reading in the
got-
beginning.
I got some questions.
Yeah.
What the fuck do the tags future PvP and limited animorphs supposed to mean?
Okay, so that's really easy.
PvP
So
is when you write
when you have
with,
two players fight.
like a co-author.
Yes.
Yeah.
Two,
Oh,
Like
two
you're
protagonists
doing one
with
story,
one
why,
somebody's
why,
doing
why is the
another, and-
tag future PvP?
because it's two.
Oh, 'cause it
because
hasn't
it's two
happened yet.
protagonists
because it's not in
yeah.
there yet.
Two
Yeah.
protagonists, waifu catalog. They got to fight each other with their waifus.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's
Sorry.
the worst form of narrative. I fucking hate player characters fighting in narrative. It's the most dog shit ever. It honestly is. I've never seen a single good story where the main characters fight and it was not contrived bullshit.
yeah.
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 And
That's-
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna include Infant's story there.
Infant story?
Huh?
Well, which one did he have that happen in?
He has a
Which one?
waifu catalog where instead of or some sort of company fic where instead of picking waifus, he chose things to improve himself and become a huge fuck off dragon.
Oh,
went
the
and fought
Dragonborn
Yeah,
might makes
but
right
he-
story. Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
but
no,
he
no, no,
didn't
no,
do
no, no, no. That was
PvP
not
shit
PvP at
with
all.
that.
Yeah, Oh yeah,
No.
because it's not two protagonists. He was just going there and curb stomping people.
Yeah,
and
he was
taking their
just
fucking
he was
country.
literally
Yeah.
going around curb
He was
stomping.
just writing a villain.
So the people he was curb
Yes.
stomping were literally the most popular forms of girls being picked, the most popular waifus, the most popular builds, the most popular sections. It was Genshin. He was making fun of all of the authors that write these Genshin slop stories where they collect all of the girls trying to rebuild their Genshin library effectively.
Yeah. It wasn't just Genshin. He also went a Rudius that was getting all muscle waifus as well, and then I think
Yeah.
there was supposed to be more after that, but
Yeah,
it didn't continue on.
Well, I mean, you can only go so far with that. You
Yeah.
know, there's only so much you can do. But
Yeah.
he was going around specifically curb stomping popular repeats that people were doing with their very shit slop stories of, yeah, this is me, but my waifu catalog that just happens to be the most popular meta right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, the reason why it's not PvP is because it's not two main characters. When I say main character, what I'm talking about is a character you've heavily seen and invested in the perspective of, and their actions, and you know, it's just a construction of the narrative that you are obviously going to be more invested in and understand and support the actions of the main character more than a character you've never seen the plot of, right? So even if you could, even if you could make a background for some random character and have it completely make sense as to why they do all the things they do, the audience could still hate them and call it contrived because you never showed any of the things you said their background had them do. They just showed up like
Yeah.
shooting lasers out their ass. The audience would be like, why the fuck is he shooting lasers out his ass? That's stupid as fuck. And it's like, oh, well, he's got a whole story explaining it. It's like, yeah, but you didn't show that story to them, so they don't care. And when the aspect of PvP that makes it suck ass is one of these characters you've now spent this entire time reading the story about, that you've invested your time and energy into reading, is going to lose.
Yeah.
And not only are they going to lose, it's going to be a very contrived way of them losing. And it's going to feel contrived, not because it's actually contrived, but because you're able to see both sides of the conflict, which normally you can't do in any conflict because usually you're seeing only one side. And so it always makes sense when the conflict ends in the way you expect it to because, well, you saw everything on the side leading up to you winning. So obviously you would win. It makes sense. You saw everything. But when you see both sides doing the stuff that they normally would have done that in any other story would make perfect sense as to why they win in the end, well, one of them has to lose now.
Yeah.
And so now, whatever happens that causes the other guy to lose, oh, he slips on a banana peel right at the last second and trips and shoots himself in the head. Now it feels contrived, even though if that exact event happened and you hadn't shown that guy's side of the story, everyone would have accepted it and been like, oh, that's such a funny way to end it. But now because you saw his side of the story, you're like, well, no, but he did all these things. And so it just feels bad. And it's never a good time because, like I said, you basically split the reader base in half. And you generate way more critics than you'll ever get from having a cool or interesting story from that. Now I've seen protagonist swaps in the past. This has been very frequent in like 40K stories. I've seen this happen before. Undertale stories where it's following one character and then the character suddenly dies and then it picks up with a different character. And it's like it kind of and the ones where I've seen it done did it well, usually because to get to the point where it feels good for that thing to happen, they usually have to be a good enough author to get there.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a survivorship bias, basically. And it's worked because if you know Undertale lore, you'll understand why that works in Undertale. And if you know 40K lore, you'll be like, well, I mean, it is 40K.
Honestly, you know what? I
can't
believe I'd ever say this, but I have to give some credit to Everybody Loves Large Chests. for where they basically had a character go insane and generate their own PvP opponent. That worked reasonably well because it wasn't something that was initially there, and when it happened, there were a lot of people who were excited
Right.
that a specific character was now not just a mask, but a character.
Right.
Interesting. This story
Wait.
where you say there's large chests.
Which book was that?
Where would the link?
Everyone Loves Large Chests. It's a series that's making fun of how Gooner stuff gets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's about a mimic, and the mimic frequently disguises itself as highly attractive women. And
its
it also has a
name
number.
is Foxy T. Morningwood.
Yes.
Yes, I was trying to bury the lead a little, Sign.
Sorry.
Well, he's definitely burying a lead somewhere.
I ruined it.
Well, I think that's at least a one Sign L stocked for Tuesday, right?
No.
No.
I'm sure Sign will fuck up over the weekend, though. This is not the Star Wars we were expecting. So the full tag list is breeding, co-op story, comment you damn lurkers, eventually mother-daughter sex, expect lots of copy-paste, there's going to be sex in the future, we're going to fight each other in the future, limited animorphs, which means that the characters will be turning into animals and it might take place during sex. Limited Mass Effect, which means that we're going to be having occasional Mass Effect characters, technologies, and or plot threads appear in the story.
Okay, here's the thing. I think that's just going to be limited to some Asari banging, based on the way this author's writing.
Yeah, I mean, it is listed as waifu catalog, so it's probably just going to be Liara. Probably it's going to be Benezia and Liara being summoned as waifus, and then he fucks them both.
They should be summoning Tali, better girl.
Tali is not a waifu.
But here's the thing, is it
She's
says
too pure for that.
Eventual mother-daughter sex, and the most likely candidate for mother-daughter sex with Mass Effect. You know.
I'm gonna be honest, I thought that was Padme and Leia. I thought that was Padme and Leia that we're talking about.
Yeah!
Jesus Christ. Eventual main character corruption. I'm not a big fan of main character corruption. I mean, so I'm fine with the main character getting corrupted by, like, Frostmourne. Obviously, probably one of the most peak story writing moments in the entire fucking RPG genre, right? I'm fine.
Purged, you mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, his entire arc was just fantastic.
Well, there's a reason why it's copied by, like, literally everyone who's writing any sort of fantasy story.
Sure, yeah, exactly. But what I'm trying to say is I'm not a fan of stories that specifically list their story as, oh, the main character's going to get corrupted here. Because usually when I see an author flag their story for, oh, the main character's going to get corrupted, what they really mean is it's going to happen in 1 to 2 chapters. There's going to be no build-up to it at all. It's going to be sudden. They're going to use it as an excuse to suddenly start doing asshole things, which is going to be obvious when I read the next 2 tags. Sith protagonists and non-consensual snuggle struggles.
All right, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and direct people to Coder 2 for why Sith protagonists suck.
True.
Because you know
what?
Fuck
you, Kreia.
Oh, no. Kreia's great. What I'm talking
Kreia
about...
can choke down a fucking thermal detonator.
That sounds personal.
That definitely... Sneaky definitely got
Kreia
told...
duty?
Sneaky definitely got told that his decisions were stupid, and he reloaded, and she said the same thing about the other decision.
She hurt him.
Yes, that happened. B, I went a grenade playthrough.
Why on God's green earth would you do that to yourself?
Because I beat the fucking game and I looked at my inventory and I was like, why do I have 500 fucking grenades?
Because they're crafting materials.
I mean, effectively, yeah. But that's my point, though, is I had so many fucking grenades, I was like, I wonder if I can make a build around grenades. And then, I mean, it mostly worked throughout the entire game, and then I got to the Kreia fight.
Well, I mean, I guess it'd be useful against the sabers.
See, that's what I thought. No.
Let me guess, she eats them back at you?
No, it just... The hitboxing on it was just dog shit. So, like,
Yeah.
whenever I thought I was going to hit the sabers with an explosion, it
Yeah.
didn't. And then
But,
Kreia
I mean,
took
that's not
reduced
really-
damage, and it was just a fucking nightmare.
I would say that's not really Kreia's fault. That's the developer's fault for being shit.
No, but her dialogue lines make me want to shove a thermal detonator down her throat, so... Idiot.
But yeah, here's the thing, right? The reason I appreciate Kreia is because if you're a stupid fucking murder hobo Sith, she calls you out for being a stupid murder hobo and talks about what a fucking failure you are, and she bemoans the fact that everyone she teaches that has any speck of talent is a fucking gremlin.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? That sounds more like the teachers finding the right student, and also students finding the right teachers. Fuck you, Kreia. You're a bitch.
No, because
Yeah,
here's
I'm
the
sorry,
thing.
Adam, you're
If
being
you're
outvoted on the Fuck You Kreia Club.
I understand that Kreia is like, oh, it's supposed to be X and X, but no, they fucked up the way they wrote her. She's a bitch. I'm sorry.
I really, I'm just gonna disagree there, but okay. Like, I'm not. Listen, I want to be. I don't think she's the most amazingly written thing in the universe. God, no. But she's certainly a better Sith protagonist than quite a lot of what we got. Like,
Oh, I'm not saying Sith protagonists are good. I find Sith
Coder
protagonists
2
really
would not
trite.
be good if it was just the story of Nihilus and Scion.
Look,
Yeah,
I find any sort of Sith protagonist really trite because they never write it correctly. Every single time Sith
Well,
have been
that's
written
because Sith stealing
always bad.
absolutes, don't you know? And
they had the potential for a Sith where it would have been good in one of the EU books, and then they were just like, no, we're going to throw it away for angst. It was like,
Yes.
why?
Because the writers identified too closely with it, so they had to get rid of it.
Okay, I'm genuinely curious as to who you're talking about.
What fucking book was it? It was the one
Anyway,
where,
so
like,
the
Luke
rest of
was
these
an older
tags
man who was
are
like, "Alright."
bestiality, Star Wars, Swoder, Dark Side, two protagonists, waifu catalog. What they didn't tag on here is what shows up in the summary, and the summary should make you not read this story. If the tags didn't make you not read this story, the summary should make you not read this story. So the summary of the story is two contractors fresh out of the company training from what the fuck? Who started that shit? Lucifer and
Jericho?
Cherico. Yeah, the fucking Cherico Lucifer company garbage. They expected a basic Star Wars adventure, and they don't get that, and good lord, they do not get that. And they also have occasional other contractors invading them for fuck you. Yeah, let's just say this version of Star Wars is a lot more interesting than normal Star Wars.
Oh, bold statement there. You absolute pathetic hack of a writer.
Pretty much anyone that says that has not actually seen the grand scope of Star Wars lore, because there is some wild shit in Star Wars lore. You got planets that are alive, you got planets that are alive and angry, you got planets that have been taken over by a giant fungus mind, and they're angry. You have extragalactic threats that are just the orcs, but anti-psyker. You have psychers, you have dark psychers, you have a zombie virus for some reason, but it's there.
You have a
zombie virus.
and then you have a sentient zombie hive mind virus, and those are separate things. And then you have the evil dark side psyker-powered sentient zombie virus. There's
Yes.
3.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't get to
Sign.
separate those out.
Nope, you do. Yeah, there's a
All
whole
the zombie
tomb.
viruses are evil.
Well, yes, but here's the thing, right? So one of the zombie viruses is just your normal average bitch boy zombie virus. It's just I bite you, you turn into a zombie, that's it, you're done, you're a zombie, now you go bite people. That's it. And then you have the zombie virus that is a hive mind that wants to spread itself and is doing this intelligently, and everyone it eats joins the greater hive mind of knowledge. So it
And it
gets to
convinces people to join. It's a
Yeah.
big fan of tricking scholars into joining by going, look how much knowledge you can get access to and contribute to.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it reveals that actually they're not part of a gestalt. It's actually just a single mind. Um, and then there's a bunch. Then there's the evil Sith one. So now the evil Sith one is highly debated whether it's an offshoot of the original hive mind or it's an offshoot of the normal zombie virus or if it's some
Well,
sort of
technically, the
unholy
normal zombie
combination.
virus is an offshoot of it.
That's, you know what, that's right, you're right. But the actual Sith-powered zombie virus is locked in a tomb that gets opened every once in a while, and then everyone realizes why they closed the tomb.
Unless someone finds the magic flower that it's made from.
Yes, I believe Resident Evil actually stole that entire plotline.
Oh no, this came out way after Resident Evil.
Oh, it did? Okay, so then they stole the entire plotline from Resident Evil. Got it.
Well, wait, you know what? Actually, I'm sorry, I forgot. There's actually 2 evil dark side force viruses. Zombie viruses.
The rat ghoul plague.
Because the rat ghoul plague is a dark side force virus.
That is also a dark side zombie force virus, yeah.
That's not a zombie force virus. It's a monster force virus.
No, it's zombie. It's zombie. They don't eat.
It's monsters.
No, they don't.
They're alive and they eat people.
No, but they're not alive.
They're not alive, but they also don't eat people for the purpose of eating people. They eat people because they're angry.
Rat
ghouls were alive.
Rat ghouls do not need to eat because guess what? They still exist hundreds of years later in the bombed out shithole of Terrace.
Yeah, it's actually active problem where basically they hibernate forever and then you go near one and it goes and then it bites you and you turn into a rat ghoul.
And that's why you double tap, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that was also the other problem, is that actually if you didn't shoot the rat ghoul enough, even after it fell over air quotes dead, it would just get back up after a while.
No, they are alive. They're mutants.
Yes, but that's not really how they are displayed. They're alive, air quotes. It's been retconned.
It's been retconned?
At least twice.
Yeah. Because it, anyway, the point is...
So, yeah, there's the one in the tomb, there's the rat ghoul virus, there's the Death Trooper virus, there's the planet that is basically literally just the Flood. There's Tyranids, but actually they are...
They're Tyranids, but they're orcs, and they really hate Jedi. Except except they only hate Jedi because they got cut off from the Force because they pissed off a living planet.
So they hate living
planets. I wonder how well the Flood would do in the universe of Star Wars.
It's a whole
there's a lot
thing.
going on. You have the sex children, you have the children sex. Two different things in Star Wars, but they do happen.
Yes.
You have the sex species. You have the species that enslaves itself to sell itself for sex.
You have people from the party planet of sex, chugs, and rock and roll.
Yeah. You have a lot of weird shit going on Star Wars, and if you
You
are
have
really
the
gonna sit
space
there,
elves.
oh, you can't
have
forget
the
about the
Oh,
black
yes,
hole,
space elves.
the black hole made of force that will unforce.
Oh,
D-force,
yeah.
Oh, you mean the force wind?
anti-force, anti-force. Let's go with anti-force. The black hole made of anti-force that exists.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh, don't forget, you also have my personal favorite, the space station that has a hyperspace powered black hole generator.
Yep.
Is that the one that yeets other planets across the galaxy and just moves them wherever
Yes.
they want?
Yeah.
That's the
Yes.
one we're gonna give Tanya.
Much later, but yes, she will eventually get
Much later.
the fun. She will eventually
The
find out
station.
about that thing. And the thing is,
Get patted,
it'll
idiot.
be one of those. The thing about that space station is, it's one of those things where it's just kind of left alone. Like, no one
Yeah.
talks about it
It
because
was
they're
there.
just like,
People forgot about it, except they were living in it.
oh no. People know what it can do. They just don't know how to make it do it. And so many people have tried that they just kind of gave up.
Yeah, wait. Oh, I forget what that. I forget what it was in Star Wars. There was this one thing you can do in the Coder games, I believe it was, where there's a shitload of corpses around, and you can be like, "What's the fuck's going on here?" And they're like, "Oh, well, it's like a door puzzle, and if you get it wrong, you die." You want to try? And it's like,
Oh yeah, it's on Korriban.
yeah, it's on Korriban. It's like, yes. All right, go ahead. Are you gonna backstab me? Maybe.
Nope, I'm just gonna let the door puzzle kill you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let the door puzzle kill you and then loot your corpse. Well, at least he's honest.
What if the door puzzle doesn't kill me? Well, shit, man, enjoy all the loot.
And then he comes back with his buddies and tries to kill you anyway. But
yeah,
of course.
but
yeah, Korriban. But good times. But yeah, it's just like it's a lot of corpses. Yeah, the door puzzle kills everyone. Want to try it?
what do you mean the door puzzle killed him? I don't know. Talk to the door puzzle. It'll let you back out, which it does.
The best part is that it's like some of the corpses are fried and some of the corpses are poisoned and some of them have like, sliced. And it's like
lightsaber wounds.
No, like a grill, like a saw just went.
Yeah, like to be clear, there are burned, like burned, shriveled corpses. There are just dead corpses, and then there are corpses that look like they died to like getting stabbed, and it's like, what the fuck is this?
Like the beginning of fucking.
Door puzzle.
Sounds like the library. PTSD over here.
Indeed. Anyway, yeah, let's read. Let's read, gentlemen. Read, bitch, read.
Read, bitch.
So let's see what we got for Star Wars. Interred with Their Bones, featuring god awful. Jesus Christ, what the fucking potato is that? Is that supposed to be Leia?
You'll
I
share
think
with
it
class?
Like a downy clown version of Leia.
Oh.
It starts feeling less like a chase and more like a game. A game where Leia knows the stakes but could not conceive of the rules. Rise of the Jedi AU, where Skywalker Luke dies and Empire and Vader live, and Leia must navigate the galaxy where the Jedi are gone. The Empire rules and must grapple with her new identity, her role, and her relationship with her father Vader. Wow. You could not tell me a more girl boss story possible than Luke is dead, literally everything has changed, but nothing has changed, and now Leia has to do everything.
Phoenix hit the nail on the head there.
Yeah,
how the hell did you get picks from the next Star Wars project?
They're gonna retroactively
I am fairly certain
kill Luke.
that was part of the old Star Wars What If comics that ran for like
It
5
was, in
years
fact.
in the
It was quite
2000s.
good.
Yeah.
Those comics are actually quite good. I know because I have a buddy who like weird comics are his shit, and I found out this was here, and I got him the anthology.
Yeah, like one of the What If scenarios was Luke managed to redeem Vader early on.
Yeah.
And now
Uh,
Vader's just rolling around the galaxy with his kids
God
fixing
damn
the
it.
Empire's fuck ups.
There's another one that I liked, which was what if Yoda got involved from the fucking start?
Oh no.
Windows shutdown bug confirmed. Latest January update causes Windows 11 PCs with secure boot to have BIOS failures.
So what is the point of secure boot if it's just going to kill itself?
Yeah, so that explains
That's the
why I had
point.
so many computers today absolutely shit the bed. I was wondering why we had so many computers that couldn't recover and system restore. Fucking, I swear to God,
Windows
holy
update
shit.
strikes again.
It's like every single time I complain about this stuff, my family's all like, "Oh my God, isn't it just job security? Job security?" It's like, no, I get it. It's job
You know,
security.
that kind of talk is how we ended up with UX designers
Yep.
ruining everything every 3 months.
Yep.
Shut the fuck
Yeah.
up.
Yep.
Yep. Exactly. It's like I don't want job security. I want to fix issues.
I want to put myself out of a job.
Well, I mean, yes. I mean,
When I fix it, I
obviously,
want it to stay
I would
fixed.
prefer a world where IT isn't even needed because shit just works. Yes, I would actually prefer that
Right?
world. So I could just go do some other fucking job that doesn't require me explaining for the 12th time that day to someone who earns 5 times more than me how to save a PDF and send it with an email. The job they've been supposedly doing for the past 25 years. But anyway.
Unfortunately, we don't live in that.
Yeah, we don't
halcyon
live in
world.
that world, so I have to put up with it. But it's just, I much rather go through my day where someone calls in and they're like, "I'm getting error code 7J92X5," and then I have to go on an adventure to figure out what that means, how to fix it, and how to apply it remotely, right? I'd much rather that happen. I don't want to sit here with a mop and bucket cleaning up after Microsoft proceeded to have diarrhea and then run around with its ass on the floor.
You are the janitor, Sneaky. Get to janitoring.
Because it's not just I don't want to deal with the monotony of cleaning up just fucking, literal liquid shit on the floor. I don't want to have to deal with the angry customers who are angry at me because their Windows computer breaks and I'm the IT guy. I should have fixed this before it happened.
You're the one they can yell at on the phone. They can't yell at Microsoft. They can yell at you, so they will every time.
I know, and I don't feel like having that happen because it doesn't need to happen. There's
I'm
no
aware.
reason for it to happen. Like, I
Nope.
can understand if
That's
your computer
part of
fucking
the job.
explodes and you want to yell at me, I get it. But I don't want to be yelled at because Microsoft couldn't, and it's fucking, it's a $1 trillion company, and they couldn't figure out how to put an update out that doesn't nuke the entire enterprise sector.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, part of the
You're
job
asking a
description
lot
is
of them
being able
there.
to eat shit. In true.
It's just, I'm just so fucking done, man. I'm just so tired. It's worn on me so much. I'm so done.
Don't worry, I sent you something that you might be able to send these tech illiterate people to, and also Windows programmers.
Yes. Oh, By the way, that fucking so I was gonna say earlier, the Gigolo of High School DxD story, it's AI slop.
Well, of course it's AI slop.
What'd you
Yeah, but
expect?
Oku was glizzying it up.
Oh, no, fuck off.
Yeah, he was like,
Must have missed that.
what exactly was his words? What was his exact words? Cleverly. So I replied with cleverly disguised AI slop, but his words were utter peak beyond words. Um, it was okay at first, and then everything became purple prose. Every chapter was just purple prose. Like the event in the chapter was the main character was running. He was running from fallen angels. He ran down an alleyway and got cornered by the fallen angels. He had
The
some
fallen
witty
angels touch his
comebacks.
teepee.
He had some witty comebacks for the fallen angels, but he was pretty unprepared for fallen angels because he was previously an Uber driver delivering fries to someone, so he didn't really know about the supernatural, and pretty much everything here is taking him by surprise. And then his shadow comes alive and eats the fallen angels, and that was something that happened. And that entire little spiel I just gave turned into 5 chapters
Oh
of
my god,
purple
really?
prose. It's not this, but that. 3 things. Just prose after prose after prose. And don't get me wrong, at first it was fine for setting up the scene, and because the character can't actually interact with the scene all that much, because as up until the point where they awaken their shadow power of being able to eat people with imaginary eldritch monsters, they really can't do all that much against fallen fucking angels, right? Um, so it's fine. You use the purple prose to pad the scene out, to add details, to weave a narrative. But then every chapter is that. And somehow Arc 1 took so many chapters. It was literally just what I described to you. And then, like, it took another 3 chapters for him to go home and think about what happened. And that was the end of Arc 1. And I'm like, what? But if you think about it, it makes sense because it was like 10 something chapters that it took for all of that. But like the events, it was just a single day. And it wasn't even that exciting of a single day. It's just the purple prose took up so much real estate that you didn't realize how little had happened. And then Arc 2 was him finding Valerie, except actually this is a massive AU of DxD. And Valerie is actually a schizophrenic vampire in Oregon, United States.
Okay,
Fucking
yeah,
what?
sure.
Living in the cabin in the woods, getting Uber orders for steak tartare. And she has an alternative personality that is a crazy psycho murderer.
Wow, that just sounds
And all of
so
Arc
edgy.
2, yes. And then all of Arc 2 was he shows up to her cabin, delivers her the food, she tips him $100. He goes, damn, shit, wow. Starts to drive away. As he's driving away from this remote cabin in the woods, he sees a sedan with 4 dudes in suits pull up to her house. And he's like, oh, shit. Oh, fuck. She tipped really well. This is a hard decision. Do I go back and save the person that tipped me really well from 4 dudes who are probably gonna try and kill her? Fuck. Okay. I have a Eldritch Shadow Abomination at my beck and call. I can probably take them. Probably, maybe a little bit. I can distract them. So
I
he goes over.
appreciate the series of downgrades. Very realistic.
Yeah.
Also, Purple has asked what purple prose is.
Purple prose is purple prose. It's flowery language in the French style, I guess you could say. that serves no other purpose than to fill up word count and pad the narrative. And occasionally it's good. It can really flesh out a scene. But when you use only that, it's overly ornate prose text that disrupts narrative flow. Yeah, at first it can be fine, and then when you're into a scene where so Ross Weiss later on shows up, right? Knocks on his door. It's again, I kept reading the story because he did have funny scenes, but the prose just kept weighing down the story's progress. Because it took him 5 or so chapters of Ross Weiss drinking. That's it. She shows up at his apartment with a pamphlet, and they have a funny little Monty Python, tier skit of like, "Who are you?" Ross Weiss. Gesundheit. No, that's my name. I'm a Valkyrie. Zeus's girls? No, Valkyrie. Doesn't ring a bell. Odin. Oh, the ice people. No. And back and forth, and then he's like, okay, so are you here to sell me on a god? No, I got pamphlets, though. I don't want pamphlets. It sounds like you're in a cult. I'm not in a cult. I work for a god. That's what the cults say.
I mean, is he wrong?
Okay,
No, and
that's
not.
funny.
Right, it's a good, solid back and forth. He's got good dialogue, fucking, byplay, right? And it's solid back and forth between these characters, and the scenes are funny, but there's just so much purple prose, and there's so much metaphor, and there's so much it's not this but that. There's so much three things.
And
it
he
just
drags shit out?
repeats over and yeah, it drags out. Like I said, Ross
Is he
Weiss
as bad
shows
as
up at his
Parcassius or
door.
worse?
Better than Parcassius.
Mr.
That's not
5
really a
chapters
high
to
bar.
open a door?
Yeah, like time passes in his chapters, but so Ross Weiss shows up. That's one chapter. Ross Weiss enters his house, starts explaining things. That's another chapter. And then it's another chapter of her explaining things, more back and forth. And then there's 5 chapters.
How long are these chapters?
3,000 to 4,000 words.
That's too much.
Yes. And then it's 5 chapters of him just repeating the same stuff over and over again. And this is where I dropped the story of he's feeding her beers because she's complaining, and he's commiserating with her because she's complaining about how the afterlife turned into a bureaucracy, and now she has to file forms when someone dies, and HR and blah, blah,
Good night,
blah.
Nose.
Good night, Nose. Oh, he's gone.
Yep.
And so again, it was funny at first, and then each chapter is just more Ross Weiss complains, and he internally monologues. I fed her another beer, like a blah 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 metaphor, and then metaphor. It's not like this, but that. And then next chapter, she complains more. I fed her a beer. It's not this, but that. 3 things. Metaphor. Next chapter, I fed her a beer, and it's not. And I was just like, Jesus fucking Christ. I get it.
To the fucking point.
So, yeah, and then there was a whole chapter where Valerie shows up and uses her vampire powers to telepathically tell him that she's outside. But he spends the entire chapter watching Netflix, arguing out loud with the telepathic voice in his head that it's not real and he's not going to go outside and check what the voice that sounds suspiciously like the vampire he told to come over to his house is saying to him, which is, I'm out here, come outside. So it's not like he didn't know she was coming over or something, or this is a surprise or something. Is he literally said, hey, come over, and then she comes over, and he starts hearing a voice that sounds like her in his head, and he spends the entire chapter in denial, just arguing with it. Oh, you're not
Wow.
real. I'm getting schizophrenic. This is a joke. And he's doing a whole Abbott and Costello routine, but with him fucking self.
Oh my god.
I
That's
see.
retarded.
By the way, did we get any bingo squares? I was getting lunch for my nieces and then looking for baby chickens with them.
Not since the ones I gave out earlier.
Sorry, flashbang by words and sign owl. That's it. Still.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's see. Is this an AI slop? No. No, doesn't look like this is obvious AI slop, so we'll give it a pass. Let's see what else we got here.
That's natural stupidity.
Yes, it's true. Star Wars Descendant of a Legend. Jedi Mace Windu is sent to quell unrest on Alderath, but when a young girl boss draws his dangerous attention, a mission of containment becomes a test of control, identity, and consequence. In a shifting city, visibility is risk, M dash, and sometimes names aren't meant to be noticed. That's really fucking cringe. That's really cringe.
It sounds like female author writing her and then I fucked Mace Windu story.
Am I really quiet? No, I'm not quiet at all. I am quite loud on my audio.
Yeah.
I can hear Sneaky.
You're at the
fine.
normal volume.
Yeah.
I'm better. Okay. I didn't change anything, but it's if you say
might have
so.
been
It does
speaking
sound
just-
like you got louder.
It does
you
sound
did-
like you leaned closer
Yeah.
to the mic.
Yeah.
Well, I
that would
haven't
be
moved
great.
the mic at all, so
That's weird.
yeah, you know.
Tech
Star
wizardry.
Wars, Star Wars
Skill
Descendant of
Space was
Legends. So go
called
off
out.
and check Chat GPT. Chat GPT. He was falling, not through the air, but through aftermath. Yeah, no, this is
Not
what I'm
this, but
talking
that.
about. This is what I'm talking about. This fucking purple prose Reddit dog shit. Coruscant's towers rose around him like accusations. What does that mean?
Excuse you?
What does that mean? Rose around him like accusations? Like... Their gleaming surfaces indifferent to his descent.
What?
Yeah, no shit. They're inanimate objects. They don't care what you're doing.
As opposed to the gleaming surface taking notice of your descent? Like...
Right? I'd be kind of fucking worried if the city noticed I was there.
The
Right.
city is always watching.
Hey, did that
The city will
skyscraper just
remember that.
blink? What? That skyscraper, it
skyscraper
just
winked at me.
blinked. No, I think you're insane, dude. No, that skyscraper definitely blinked. Yeah, hey guys, I didn't want to say anything, but every single pothole we go over with the sewer entrance, I keep getting blasted by hot air. Guys, is the city a mimic?
The city is a mimic.
The city is a mimic. Roll for initiative.
New objective, escape.
But wait, someone gets a surprise round.
The city gets a surprise round.
This city gets
Oh,
a
no.
surprise round.
You know, I need to make that a goal in running a Rogue Trader game for some people. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
bad news. The mountain off in the distance gets a surprise round. What? Welcome to Imperator
What do you
Titans.
mean the mountain gets a surprise round?
Oh, sorry. The cathedral you see in the distance gets a surprise round. My bad. Not a mountain. Cathedral.
You
Oh,
hear the
no.
blare of a horn in the distance. It sounds like the
Wah.
screaming death of 1,000 children. The Emperor
Where does it
Titan
end?
rises into view. Oh, I run! Not so fast. The cathedral gets a surprise round.
Excuse me?
I love the stupid scaling size of 40k so much, just for moments like that.
Yeah.
Because I love how
Which
people
one was
like,
it where they
oh,
had one of
the
these?
size is inconsistent. But it's like, no, the size is not inconsistent. The size is always consistent. The problem is that you're not smart enough to realize Imperator Titans can be between this size and this size.
Yeah.
And over that size, it's another class.
Yeah. But
Which one was it they had one of those shoot through a city?
I will rip off the
Mm.
I was ripping off Zach the Bold. I believe that's the account.
Yeah.
That was a
Yes.
skit from Zach the Bold where they're investigating the house and they're like, I feel a heartbeat from the
house.
bed. You know, now that you are listening, you feel a heartbeat from the cabinet too. And the floor.
And the floor.
And the walls. And the
walls.
ceiling. And then all the characters are like, oh, I sprint, double sprint, evasive maneuver. And he's like, no. Not so fast.
Not so fast.
Yeah.
Somebody gets a surprise round.
I love that. It's so well set up. By the way, Stein, one of the Titan classes, just straight up, it has a melee weapon that is a chain sword the size of a skyscraper.
Fuck you and fucking.
That's
Yeah.
retarded, and I love it.
Exactly.
It's 40K, of
Great.
course.
Titans are pretty much just there for I've decided I don't want to see this
Now-
direction.
Yeah, and I do appreciate they do actually. So this is something I always say for sci-fi. It's super easy, and Warhammer actually does this for all of those Titans that are really obnoxious. So the ones that we think that are basically like BattleTech mech size, those are able to be built slowly, but they're able to be built. But the ones that are like Imperator size and Emperor size and shit like that, they're like the super megalithic ones, they can't be built anymore. You just have to keep repairing them to the best you can.
The best they can hope for is that the foundry is able to pump out a replacement part.
Yeah.
To my knowledge. Like, oh, okay, so somehow you lost your gun on the Warlord. Well, the good news is the foundry actually just spat one out last week. Bad news, it was building it for 100 years. Don't lose this one.
Yeah, effectively. Yeah. So, and that's basically how it goes. And I do appreciate that because then that explains, like, oh, well, why aren't they using them everywhere? It's like, well, they have, like, 7.
They're big.
7,000?
And they're
No,
hard to
like,
make.
7. They have
They're
7 Titans.
Total. They're big, they're expensive, and they're really damn hard to make.
It depends on the class. I think Warhounds, they might be able to get enough pieces together to put one if the foundry is in good enough condition. But the bigger it gets, the harder it gets.
Yeah, no, there's a specific size of Titan. I think it's the biggest one that they're like not only can they literally not build them, but they basically can't make parts for them or repair them, and pretty much all of them have been destroyed except for 7, and one of them's a Chaos Titan.
Oh no.
Might be Iconoclast, which is the one that has the skyscraper-sized chainsword.
Yeah, it's I think. That's the one,
and
yeah.
there's also one Titan running around that was just that was a
Oh,
had
and
a
to
proper
make it
sentient
worse,
sapient AI.
yeah, to
They
make
were
it
very
worse.
scared because that's not good.
Well, and yeah, the iconoclast, but to make it worse, the corrupted one believes it's the only uncorrupted one,
Oh no.
and that's why it wants to kill everything, is because it thinks it's the only uncorrupted thing left, so it has to kill everything.
Hang on, I'm looking for it. There's the Castigator class, which is the only one of its kind, I think. This
No,
is
that
the
might
one
have been
that's
it. That might have been this one I was
this
talking about.
this is the one that also I think possessed by a demon. It's like
Yes.
oh.
Yep.
Yeah, there was only one of its kind that's been named. It was destroyed, but it was possessed by a demon, and the AI was like, no, I'm fine. I'm not possessed by a demon. You're possessed by a demon. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Till he eventually is like, no, listen, man, I'm sorry. You're fucked. Also, you're an God, what is abominable intelligence? So, like, we still can't let that go through because we
So the
don't need
Titans,
sentient AIs.
the Titans technically get a pass, because of holy technology, blah 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 blah. But the larger that's the other part about Titan deployment, is that it's really hard to find drivers for the Titans, because there is a human component to the driving of a Titan. But the larger the Titan gets, the more sophisticated the tech mind that assists the driver gets. And some of the largest Titans are basically their own grave mind, effectively, because they have imprints of all the previous drivers
Honestly,
seared into them.
most of them, most of these machines are like
Yeah.
Armigers, Imperial Knights, Titans. They all are basically AI with
Right, but
imprints from past
I've
pilots, and it's insane.
seen descriptions of armigers be like, it's basically like an AI dog. It's as smart as like a dog, and
No,
then like
that's some. No, some of them are, but like some of them are old enough that.
right, okay,
So the reason I'm saying this is because the best Imperial Knight book I've read, which is Kingmaker, which is actually about the Assassinorum, um, talks about an Armiger pilot,
right,
and the AI in there is still imprinted with like generations of pilots,
right, yeah,
and they will occasionally get in shouting matches in his head.
yes,
And at one point, and what's really fun is important key aspects of personalities stayed imprinted to the point like part of the plot is pilot has to be replaced with someone who is a shapeshifter, and someone's like, that's not our guy, something's wrong, that's not our guy, and everyone's like, you said that about the last pilot and the one before that.
right, yeah,
Why
because
would we
like,
listen to
so also it's the more advanced they get as well. I mean, again, correct me if I'm wrong, but the more advanced they get as well, like the more specific it gets. Like the armigers, because they're smaller, younger, whatever. Like you can get away with someone who believes in doing the right thing. But like the larger titans are like, okay, so you have to believe in these things, you have to have these personality traits, you have to wake up early in the morning and enjoy coffee, or else it fries you.
it's a whole thing where the machine spirits can be fickle fucking cunts. Yeah. I think what really does it is your brain needs to be able to handle a certain load of information. The
Yeah,
larger it gets,
probably.
I think that's the biggest. If I had to guess, that's the biggest defining factor.
What are we guessing
Because
about?
the machine spirit for the warlord would be like, I really like you, but if you pilot me, your brain's popping.
I think it might be the
So
reason why you need to have
no.
such exacting traits the larger it gets is because the previous pilot imprints basically are kind of like the more you align with the previous pilot gestalt, the easier it is on your mind to help control the machine. And so with these bigger machines, because the load is greater, you need to be more in line with all of the previous pilots
To
with
be clear,
less room
that's
for error.
explicit. It's also why the crew, like a Princeps crew, is so important, because in the bigger Titans, a Princeps crew, it's very much it's part of the ship, part of the crew, part of the ship, part of the crew.
Right.
Part of that shit.
Like I
actually.
remember one instance of like for I think it was armigers where it's like only married couples can use these two armigers because for whatever reason like the wife always has to use this armiger and the husband has to use this one because
Yeah,
if they aren't married then it just eats them. So so you know it's got to be a married couple.
we
Oh
don't talk
boy,
about that.
Yay!
that's certainly one.
Yes.
Dude, I legitimately love how every aspect of 40K eventually becomes, oh, it's 3 a.m. and I've been diving on the wiki. Whoops.
True, true.
It's 3 a.m. and I'm still in the wiki.
But yeah, I mean, it's just I'm so tired of this AI slop writing because it's almost good enough, but it's just
Well,
it's
it's
exhausting.
it's part of the same reason like I tend to ignore AI made music and AI made art because it's like it's not that this stuff is actually like bad half the time now,
Right.
but it's averaged. It's
Yeah.
perfectly averaged out.
The city
I've
reached
never
upwards. Too late. Always too late. What does that mean? Below,
what
light blurred into irrelevance. What does that mean? The order had not fallen with a shout. It was exhaled. The fuck does that mean?
Shut the hell up.
It breathes.
Shut the hell up.
He did not scream. There was no fear, no shock. Pain made responses irrelevant. The lightning was still inside him. It lived in the
you should probably
wound
get that looked at.
where his
I'm
arm
gonna be
had
honest with you,
been,
man.
alive with memory, his muscles remembering what his mind refused to process. Every nerve opened, every boundary crossed. What the fuck does that mean? And see that's why that's for me the real reason as to why I really hate AI writing is because it reminds me of Redditors so much. But it's also like coming out with all this prose that half the time I'm just like what does any of this mean? Like you're throwing out these metaphors. It would be like if we're talking about, you know, fuck, say fanfiction, and I'm just like, yeah, this fanfic, it fries me like the summer day of a hot morning in summer.
Yeah. What?
Meanwhile, I'm like making sure my friend didn't just have a fucking stroke.
Right. But yeah, it's just like, okay, so what you said sounded like, you know, poetic, but what did it mean? Oh, well, it means, it was hot, I guess.
Fries me like an egg on the asphalt of an Australian summer.
Yeah, but it's like the scenario that you're using that metaphor in
Yeah.
is like,
I feel
I'm
like that
playing.
would make
You're playing Among Us and you just got killed, and you're like, ah man, that fries me like an egg on the asphalt of an Australian summer. It's like, what?
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 I,
What?
th- I I feel like I'd
Huh?
accept that line if it was like being like from like some sort of like southern character, maybe even parried a bit or something.
Yeah,
like
but that's what I'm
silly.
saying, right? It's like it's close enough to something that sounds poetically reasonable that you're like, okay, I'm gonna kind of accept this. But then it just keeps happening and happening where it's almost not quite just about there of something reasonable, but it never actually crosses the line into being reasonable. It's always right on the edge. At best. And at worst, Coruscant's towers rose like accusations.
Yeah.
Maybe this makes sense if you gave more context, but if you open up the fucking story on a line like that, and then go on to say nothing in related to that, oh, the gleaming surfaces indifferent to his descent.
Yeah.
What? Huh? Where are we going with this? You know? Wow, someone just made their username their email address. rgabe212gmail.com. They literally
That's a
just
bold move,
removed
Cotton.
the @ symbol and made that their username. I think this person might be retarded.
Or it's a poorly programmed bot account.
Or it's a bot
Let's
account.
one
No,
story,
it looks like, oh
one
wow.
favorite.
Welcome everyone
22.
to a very special project. This is a deep dive, author note, alternative universe to those not aware, and author note. Collaboration between me and my AI partner.
Oh, so it's organic and artificial stupidity.
Oh no! It's
yeah.
even worse.
Yeah.
Oh no.
What happens when organic and natural stupidity meet?
We really wanted to explore a version of Mace Windu. We.
Oh my god, oh god, is this a Trevor fucking person seeing the, or someone who just sees the AI as a person?
They might be just a redditor.
No, the we is
We really wanted to explore a version of Mace Windu that leans into the iconic, gritty, tell it like it is energy while remaining deeply rooted to Star Wars lore.
Okay, well, you're already off to a bad start, I can assure you of that.
What the fuck do you mean by that?
You're trying to make, like, a Star Wars noir.
We are looking at Anakin's childhood trauma through a sharp lens, sharper than what the movies allow.
an essential pairing with Dara Thaltanis.
What the fuck does that mean? A
do you mean
sharper
by-
lens.
What do you mean by his
I don't think I
childhood
wanna
trauma
know.
in this instance? What are we...
Expect world building, character work, and eventually a pairing with Dara Thaltanis. Author's note, let's give some love to the Jedi Quest character. We do not own Star Wars. We are just playing in the sandbox. There are three lights.
Sound like a royal dick.
Go back to Reddit.
Oh my god, this is so bad. He stood at the center of the mosaic floor, his small boots feeling heavy, as if the gravity of the temple was specifically tuned to weigh down those that didn't belong. His hands were tucked into his sleeves of his oversized tunic, clothes provided by the Jedi that felt too soft, too clean, and alien against his skin. His skin was mapped with the history of Tatooine itself. Faint white lines of grease burns, pitted scars of shrapnel, and deep-seated tan that no amount of Coruscant scrubbing could ever erase.
Jesus.
You can't clean off a tan.
That's more racist than a lot of things that I've seen or heard.
That's, you
In a
know what, that's
while.
fair, yeah. He could hear his heartbeat. It was frantic, rhythmic thumping, like the engine of a prod racer redlining before a crash. You know what? I will give credit where credit is due. This author is writing massive herd on the AI and is not letting the AI pop off with completely nonsense metaphors.
Yeah.
Actually relevant metaphors. Like, this is how I would imagine Anakin would think if we ever got an inner monologue from Anakin.
Yeah.
I mean, we did get inner monologues from Anakin, but you
From
know,
Atten too.
like,
Yes, very similar.
they weren't this.
Oh, in the Republic Commando series, yeah, there were a handful.
Please, good chapter more. Please, author, good chapter more. Please, author, good chapter more.
And then the Percy Jackson and Liam Pierce, Percy
So
Artemis
this
fic is in
author
series.
joined 3 years ago. They have only one favorited story and only one story posted. And the story they posted originally started being posted only in December 23rd. So very recent. That's very impressive. Can you imagine how many tokens it's taken them to generate this story? Almost possibly better to just pay Sign to write something. Hey Sign, you're my new AI. I'm just going to prompt you with tokens and you have to generate it.
Only if those tokens are cash.
I'm sorry, Sneaky, but it's been fed too much porn. You're gonna have to reprogram your AI.
You're right. I'm gonna have to start feeding him Hina tokens.
I'm sorry, you're gonna feed him what?
The most
Blue
effective
Archive.
token I can possibly feed
Character.
him. A Hina token.
That's the most effective thing to feed the man?
Yes.
Well, it does have purifying powers.
Indeed. As you can see here. Yeah, the only favorite story they have here is In an Ocean of Stars. After the Great War, Percy thought he could finally get a quiet life. But it all came crashing down when Zeus went to war against Poseidon, forcing Percy into hiding. After countless skirmishes, the council has made a tough decision and forced Percy into marriage with Artemis to stop the war. How the
What?
fuck does that stop the war?
It
It
just does,
doesn't.
okay?
Deep down in a dark pit, a primordial stirs, the primordial of chaos. Alright? I mean, 27 chapters, 250,000 words, so we're looking at about, what did you say, 9.5k a chapter? That's pretty good, it's pretty good. And we're looking, wow, damn, 2,500 favorites, 3,000 follows, posted starting 2021 October and still going strong 4 years later. That's I'm gonna give credit where it's due. That's pretty impressive number wise. But how good is the
We'll
story
see if
actually?
the story's impressive.
Um,
Spoilers. It won't be.
You absolutely jumped the shark. That's the kindest way I could be fucked to put it. Is this story abandoned now? Absolutely love this story. Free of all of the fanon nonsense that almost every fic regurgitates. I don't think that's a great reason to like a story. Like, I can certainly appreciate that the author isn't going the same fanon route everyone seems to be, in sloppifying, right?
I mean, that can be what gets you, pardon me, into the story, certainly, but that shouldn't be like, you shouldn't be like, I'm going to continue to read this because it doesn't do what everyone else does.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of feel like it's a kind of a dog shit way to go about it. It's like, oh wow, this story isn't doing what everyone else does, therefore good. It's like I jumping the shark in 2022. Yandere, Diana, and Artemis feels icky. I like the story in general, but I really hate the moments where she acts yandere. I know it's fan fiction, so I won't judge you for changing her personality for no reason, but this just feels like you're trying to live vicariously through Percy to have a yandere girlfriend who is also a god.
Ooh. That's a damning statement.
Oh, yeah.
It's a statement. I hate the way you write Artemis. She would never be like this even to a male, but I cannot deny it makes the story interesting. So I'm assuming she would not be like this even to a male is like hyper giga bitch, which I will admit the fandom does really exaggerate how much of a bitch Artemis is
Yeah.
to men in the Percy Jackson series, but simultaneously at the same time, the
I mean, let's be clear.
people she
She's not
watches.
exactly the queen of smiles, but she's not she doesn't look at a man and go, how can I cut his dick off? Which is what
Yeah,
the fandom seems to think.
yeah. I mean, which it does have some loose backing to the depiction because there are several moments and some very blue-orange morality moments that definitely don't portray her in the best light, and if you expand upon them, certainly can be taken very poorly. Like, basically her shanghaiing Bianca into the hunters and
Yeah.
basically telling Bianca through peer pressure to cut Nico out of her life because he's a smelly male.
Yeah. That's pretty bad.
So it's like, yes, she's not going around being like, oh, you're a man, I guess I should just gouge you right now. Oh, yes, she's not going around saying that, but also at the same time, some of the shit that her subordinates have said, done, threatened canonically, and then that she didn't correct or come down on them for.
Yeah,
I
like
can see
now.
how the fandom had gotten to the point it did with her.
Yeah, it's like now, Allie, I heard you threatening to cut that boy's entire dick off and feed it to him. Good job.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so it's rough because now we basically have like what's a good equivalency here? Max, help me out here. What is something that happens a lot now in a fandom where the fanon is basically being fought against instead of canon? Where people are now making like counter fanon stories?
I have no idea. I don't stick around fandoms very much.
Ah, fair enough.
That's how I'm able to enjoy almost everything I watch or read. I ignore the fans.
Fair enough.
You know what? That's true.
Understandable.
Well, I mean, I'm not so much intentionally trying to look for that sort of thing, but like I'll be reading a story and then I'll be like, where did this idea come from? And then I'll be doing a little bit of, 3 a.m. digging, and it'll be like, oh, well, this became the new counter fanon because this thing was popular, and then people didn't like it because so many people were doing it. So then everyone started doing like this counter fanon where they all came up with like a counter idea to the fanon, and I'm like, guys, have we ever just considered?
You just described the shipping wars in a different format.
Shit, you're right.
First knowledge acquired.
Damn.
Shipping
Oh
Wars
boy.
2.0.
Yeah,
Max has
basically.
caused psychic damage to the entire chat.
No, I didn't
Thank
take
you,
psychic
Max.
damage from that. I just took, a sad realization from that. But yeah, no, I mean, it's like that, where it's kind of just, where it's a really awkward position where I'm just sitting here like, well, guys, if everyone hates the fanon, have we ever considered going back to using canon?
No, not at all.
Sneaky, you're gonna be strung up for that. I hope you realize that.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
buddy, but I gotta report you to the thought police for that one.
Yeah, I know.
Look,
Yeah.
man, there's thought crimes, and then there's whatever the hell you thought.
Yeah, apparently.
And then there's what Togashi made in the Hunter x Hunter manga, like I posted in FFCT9.
True.
Also, another easy way to avoid this is I don't go looking up fan fictions anymore. Like, if I'm looking something up, it was either a recommendation that I'm like, yeah, I'll look at this, or I decide to go back to one that I know I'll like. Like, for example, Professor Ark. God, he peaked early in his fanfiction career with that one.
Yeah.
It's
Pretty much.
it's still holding up better than his modern stuff and the
You know
stories
what's
that he
really
wrote after it.
sad? If you look back on his entire career as a fan fiction author, and then if you are autistic enough to collate how much money he was getting from like Patreon, you can kind of see his arc of he gets lightning in a bottle with Professor Ark, and then every story since then was various attempts at
Well,
trying to recapture the lightning.
so the problem is his strongest area is comedy. He's really solid at writing comedy, but he keeps wanting to do serious. He keeps wanting to do romance. His romance, the way he writes romance, kind of sucks.
Well, see, here's the thing, right?
It's
Is apparently the comedy isn't him. The comedy is coming from College
Yeah.
Fool.
Yeah.
I mean, counterpoint, he was writing Professor Ark without College Fool for quite some time.
Was he? I
Professor
thought College
Ark
Fool was there from pretty early on.
No, the person who was there first, and the only reason I know this is because again I decided to go read One Good Turn again, and then go from there to Professor Ark. He started One Good Turn, uploaded a second story, Professor Ark, and at the time he had Super Cyndaquil doing the beta stuff for that. College Fool came in. I'm not sure, but I haven't seen the name mentioned. No. Hang on, let me check what chapter I'm on. I think College Fool showed up maybe around chapter 20 or so. I'm on chapter 32.
He started
so
falling off midway through Forged Destiny. No, dude, he was. I mean, yes, but no, because it's like Forged Destiny was a massive fall off. Forged Destiny should have never happened. Forged Destiny should have. Forged Destiny should have been his original story. He should not have written this
Ruby.
20
books spanning Ruby medieval AU gamer system.
Honestly, the biggest problem with it was so part of the problem was he promised that he was finally going to get around to doing one of the most asked for ships from him, which was Ruby and John.
Right.
And then it pivoted into
he might
Blake
be able to
and
make
John.
it not terrible.
It always pivots into a Blake John. Yep.
And the problem with the Blake on this one was, Blake was an abusive partner.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And this was and someone
Yeah.
reminded me of this because I'm gonna dig through some Reddit threads because I gotta know what were people's thoughts on Core's writing now that we're at the 8 or 9 year mark of him actually putting stuff out. Actually, it might be the 10-year mark now. And some point out in Forged Destiny, I forgot about this. He would defend Blake's actions both in story and in the author's notes when he
Oh,
shipped
God.
her and John together
Yeah.
in Forged Destiny. It's like, wait a second. That because I'm like, oh, I remember
Yep.
that. I remember being weirded out because if this had been a comedy, it would have been the usual trope of the tsundere who is just a really shitty person, but we're going to call it a tsundere because the author's incompetent. But this was a serious story with a serious relationship defending really not good traits in a romantic partner
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
in that story.
Yep.
Oh yeah, 2014. When November rolls around, it will be the 12-year mark for him.
Of
Holy
course.
shit.
Jeez.
Hey. 12-year mark. Did Forge Destiny complete?
We're talking about Core's entire career.
Oh.
Forge Destiny did
Yeah.
complete Forge Destiny completed years ago. I'm pretty sure I dropped around the 50 chapter mark because it's like, you didn't give us the ship you promised. I'm not liking the way this particular relationship between Blake and John are going. You're taking forever to go anywhere with this. And then I come to find out at some point, they do find out that he's a blacksmith. And he decides to do a John betrayal arc. And it's like, they have been saving each other's lives for a while. Why would they just turn on him because he's technically an NPC class who
Yeah.
has successfully proven, by the way, that an NPC class can fight with enough prep and making sure they've got the right points for specific roles.
Yeah.
Which
I mean,
also the fact that I forgot Ruby was a completely brand new class that had more potential as a farmer than a combat class, but they decided to give it a go because she was the first of her kind. Like, come on.
Wait a minute.
Her
Wait a
specialty
minute.
was a
So
scythe.
yeah.
Her specialty weapon as a
Yeah.
class was a scythe, which was this is a farming implement. This is
A
not a
farm
weapon, but
tool.
sure, we'll give it a trial run. That was how she got into the story, into the combat academy.
Even though wasn't her class like Reaper or something?
Yeah. It was a scythe though.
Right, but her class name was Reaper. Like, that's not exactly a
I
herder go farm.
I actually don't remember what her last name was.
If the whole point of your story is that class doesn't matter, well then why is a major plot point, the climax of the penultimate arc, that the main antagonist at level 1 can beat a secondary antagonist who is like level 100 or 30 or something, is capable of moving beyond the speed of sound, because the main antagonist has a bullshit class? It's because I believe I have found out the truth. Cor Alaron is in fact not British. He is Indian, and he believes in the caste system.
Ah.
What?
That's my schizo theory.
Oh,
Okay, all right.
I thought you were saying that as an actual statement.
I swear he said, I just recently learned. Like, that's why I was caught off
Yeah,
guard.
like
I
he
learned.
said it
Yeah.
so
You said it so
confidently.
confidently.
Yeah, I learned it.
I hate you.
I learned it at the center, the learning
Uh-huh.
center.
But yeah,
Then you
like
learn.
Forge Destiny ended up going nowhere. As far as
Reaper
I
is
was concerned,
correct.
it was
Yep.
taking
Okay.
so long
Yeah, that's what I
to do
thought.
anything.
Like I said, I don't forget shit. I have not read Forge Destiny in 12 years.
It was not his first fic in significantly less time. And you forget shit all the time. You will confidently forget shit sometimes.
Fuck off. John gets a combat secondary class later as a Deus Ex Machina to get out of death, if I recall, and Ruby's health was hard capped. Yeah. It was really stupid. Like, the whole thing was really stupid. Like, if he had just gone with the whole, like, leftovers idea he was kind of, like, going with in the first place, where he was a blacksmith pretending to be a combat class, and Ruby was, like, this glass cannon unknown class that no one, like, wanted to partner with, because no one, like, so everyone was, like, looking at her wielding a farming scythe, and we're just like, what the fuck? Like, sure, you
Yeah.
have this weird
Well, yeah.
Reaper class, but...
Well, yeah, like, it's a new class. We don't know what you do. For all we know, you're gonna get us killed.
Yeah,
if not, kill us
unreliable,
yourself.
right. And so, like,
Yeah.
if he went with this whole, like, scraps, basically, society's scraps, where what he was kind of doing at first in the start, where he's, like, recruiting NPC characters who got thrown out or were in debt, or, like, basically they were in the gutter, and he was collecting a bunch of the named characters who were all in situations that basically no one wanted to partner with them, or they were stuck in catch-22s and blah 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 blah. And then then the whole narrative is he's going to prove society wrong by letting the NPC classes fight and letting these wild Tomcat classes, sorry, Wildcat, I believe is the term. These Wildcat, wild card classes to go out and show what they can do, and then they become super popular, and they are able to solve problems that normal raids wouldn't be able to solve, because, like, say some boss has, like, a lava phase or some shit. Oh, well, the blacksmith basically doesn't get burned at a high enough level by even lava. So now, like, John's able to wade through and get a critical strike on, like, the lava egg that normally they can't hit, or they can only hit using, like, a mage with one spell or some shit like that, right? Like a very hyper specific scenario that requires a lot of prep and money and shit. But now John is able to fight this boss and farm this boss in a way that no one else can, because he, was able to bootstrap himself into, you know, expanding beyond his class. Or even shit like the classes could have evolved in a fashion of, because John got combat XP while being a blacksmith, instead of becoming better at forging, he basically took on skills and traits and abilities that were still in line with a blacksmith, but gave him more combat usage out of them. Like, his hammer glows with molten fury, called, like, mobile forge or some shit, and he's able to strike with it on metal, and it, like, melts the metal. Something that's not really that useful for forging, but if you're, like, fighting something made out of metal, really useful.
Yeah. Sneaky.
Yeah.
Everybody shit talks heat metal until you're fighting the town guard.
True. He gets an ability called, like, Sunder Armor instead of Repair Armor.
And here's the thing: you don't even have to do, like, Sunder Armor. You could be like something like reduced to base, or reforge. Like,
Right.
there's all kinds of stuff right? Like, like, oh, the idea of taking something and breaking it down and making it into something new. Like,
Right.
or you could, heaven forbid, simply give him something mildly offensive. You know what would have been great for that story? Just start stealing from the lore of metal.
Yeah, sure. But I mean, like, you could have also, like, if the whole point of the story, the whole meta narrative of the story is that the classes don't define you, you could have kind of had a slight twist to the story where the classes, not only do the classes define you, but actually you define the class, in where his blacksmith class, upon hitting level 20 after getting all of it from combat experience, turns into the Black Knight class instead of the Blacksmith class. And, you know, there's tons of ways it could be twisted. And yeah, maybe at first, you know, he gets reforged. Instead of Sunder Armor, he gets reforged. And he's like, oh, well, this is useless. And then he's like, wait a second, maybe I could. And then tries it out. Mid combat, he hits someone's armor or some creature's armor with reforge and reforges it worse by purposely failing the skill check. And, like,
Yeah.
makes the armor worse now. And it, like, falls apart. And then when he gets the Black Knight class, all of his blacksmith abilities upgrade into actual combat variants, and showing that actually you can change what you are if you just try hard enough. Something like that, right? Like, there's tons
Yeah.
of directions you
Well,
can
and
go
here's the
it.
thing. You could even then, after John does that, have a character who doesn't want to fight. Like, let's
Right.
take, I don't know, Velvet. Or you know what?
Well, she's a
Let's get out there.
seamstress, so that's a bad one.
Okay, yeah. What's Coco?
Coco.
Fashionista, that's it. She's just a fashionista, isn't she?
What was Coco? She was a rich noble or something, wasn't she? Yes, she was a rich noble. No. No, she wasn't a rich noble this time around. She was she merchant?
Could have been a fashion merchant, maybe.
She might have been a merchant. I don't remember. What about Yang? We could take Yang. I mean, sure, it's gonna fucking mutilate her character, but who cares? It's Yang. Yang got Brawler. And yeah, you could have fucking evolved that in some other direction of non-combat usage somehow, probably. I don't know. Fucking hell. Let's see. What could you evolve Brawler into? That doesn't involve combat. I mean, technically speaking, you could, like... That's more monkey, though. Okay, sure, Ren. Say Ren doesn't want to do combat, because I'm pretty sure Ren got monk, right, Max? Ren got monk?
Don't remember, man.
Alright, so say hypothetical. Ren got monk. Ren doesn't want to
Yeah.
fight. Ren decides instead he's going to learn martial arts construction. Right, you know, take a page out
So
of
he becomes
Ranma's book.
Ranma.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. It's like,
Yeah.
just take a page out of Ranma's book, martial arts construction, martial arts team making. It's like, why are you calling everything martial arts? Oh, well, because of my class monk, if I put martial arts in front of it and reframe what I'm doing in the idea of martial arts, then I'm able to turn it into a class skill and get the benefits of my class to whatever I'm doing.
Like, and here's the thing, you absolutely could have John come to this thing independently, but like Ren's been working as the construction guy this entire time, and John sits there and he's acting and Ren's like, oh yeah, I figured that out a while ago. He's like, well, why didn't you tell people? I tried, nobody wanted to listen.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to take, right? And he could even make it a thing of, well, nobody wants to take combat classes into non-combat classes.
Yeah, everyone goes on about how it's your duty as a combat class to go fight on the front lines against the Grim Hordes, and well, what if I don't want to? Yeah, there's a lot of ways you can go about it, and it's kind of just somehow Core managed to just do everything wrong.
Hmm.
And I know it might have been contrived, but I think he was trying to grasp the lightning again, as I said before, with the whole, oh, John's gonna wear an amulet that's going to disguise his class as like a knight class or some shit, instead of as blacksmith. Um, of the whole, like getting into Beacon fraudulently thing. He should have just
Yeah.
applied for Beacon as a smith. He should have been laughed out. Or, if he wanted to have the whole Ozpin believes in you arc, um, he could have had Ozpin, like, extend membership to Beacon through like the NPC hiring program, so they hire on John as technically as a blacksmith, but they let him go off and do combat classes, and like there's a whole like rigmarole of all the things you could do instead of this super generic, lame, canon copying Professor Arc attempt V2 of, oh yeah, I have an amulet that lets me fake my class name, but doesn't actually let me fake anything else, so it should be immediately obvious that I'm not my class. But somehow
Yeah.
no one ever really catches on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, fucking Don Machi over here, it's like, oh yeah, they're skills for blacksmithing. Some people never go in the dungeon because they're fine being a level 1 blacksmith for their familia.
Yeah.
Or
And
hell,
some of
some
them,
just go in
well,
too long enough to get the
I had
one
to go in,
skill.
and some of them are like, well, I had to go in to level up because I heard there's this really good skill at level 3.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly,
Like
most
Don Machi had the problem solved, which is like
Yeah.
Damachi
some
made it a
dudes
thing that blacksmiths will go in just to get to like level 2 and then quit because they can get a blacksmith ability.
Yeah. They
Like
get a random
they literally
blacksmith ability, and then they go, cool, done here.
it's
and
it's consistently at level 2 too.
you can't have me expect that because he still wrote Ozpin as if it was Ruby Ozpin. It's like
Yeah.
Ozpin would be like, don't see a lot of NPC classes trying to apply to this, so you know what? I'm going to see how this goes. And if
Honestly,
you
and
die,
that's the other thing
your
is
name will
it
go down in
shouldn't have
history.
been this like extremist sort of take on it all of like this caste system going on. Like it should have just been like oh well, why don't NPC classes line up to try and get into Beacon if being a hero is such a highly regarded thing? It's like, well, I'm a seamstress. I get the ability to sew thread with this needle here. Yeah, so I can't fight monsters with this needle. I don't want to fight monsters. I get +1 HP every 3 levels. I don't want to fight monsters. My stats are dog shit for it. That's why I'm not going to fight monsters, not because
Yeah.
there's some caste system racism going on that is preventing me from ever trying. It's straight up, yeah, the farmer class doesn't get a lot of dexterity every level up.
I want to live.
Yeah, the farmer class, he got lots of endurance. Not a lot of, he's got some strength, but not exactly slay monsters strength. He doesn't really get agility, and sure, he gets some bonus HP and stamina, but, he can't really move all that fast, so he's kind of just going to get hit a bunch and then not be able to do much. Honestly, Blacksmith is like one of the few classes that you could technically
Yeah.
munchkin your way through combat in. Well, I mean, I guess maybe if you're a farmer and you're wielding like a oh, what's the hand? Not a scythe. It's a sickle. You know,
Oh,
if you're like a farmer, you're wielding a sickle and you're fighting plant monsters, I guess theoretically you could have some sort of farmer skill that might like reap the whirlwind or some shit, and it lets you one-shot plant monsters or some shit maybe, right?
Yeah.
I could see that, right? But, aside from very niche cases, farmers probably better just farming, generally speaking. But blacksmiths, sure, they might not get a lot of dexterity or agility or anything, but they would probably have a very high endurance. They would probably have a fairly high health pool and strength pool, because, well, they're blacksmiths. They have to fucking hammer metal all day, and that's a hell of a thing on your body.
Mm.
So yeah, realistically, they get it's basically the Death Knight, right? They get the Death Knight stats, and as we all know, Death Knight stats are crazy: stamina and strength. Um, turns out that when your main damage stat is also happens to be the main stat that keeps you alive, things get a little bit silly as you stack it. But, so John could have gone on to this, and it would have been actually a very interesting plot point to have John's self-righteous crusade against the inequality of the NPC classes, where everyone else in the NPC classes are just like, dude, we can't fight. We don't get good stats for fighting. We don't get abilities that are helpful in fighting. Like you do as a blacksmith, like reforging armor. That that's a crazy usage to purposely fail it so you can make their armor worse, but like that's usable. That like I get a special ability that lets me instantly repair a shirt once per day. How do I use that in combat?
Yeah.
So it would be interesting to see the self-righteous crusade kind of have a Hermione moment effectively of wake the fuck up, dude. You're the only one on this crusade. Everyone else has kind of already realized the thing that you have not, which is seamstress and merchants don't really get the best skills to go fight death monsters with. But it could have been a good story, and then it just went way too long. Even up to the point where I read, it was a decent story. I probably would not have recommended it to anyone, but then it just kept going and going and going and going. And we're like 20 books into it now, and nothing's really changed. Everyone's still racist to NPCs 20 books in. The society system hasn't changed at all. In fact, in the later books, he basically proved Jean wrong. And nothing changed. It was just one giant cope session for 2 million words.
Oof.
And it's kind of just like, I really feel like you could have gone somewhere and done something with this, and instead we got some Ruby slop. Instead we got some Ruby slop.
I think, yeah, honestly, because I never finished that story. I just didn't care to. I think that may be the most disappointing part about it, is to know that in the end, John was wrong.
He ruined his own theme even worse than Worm did. Yeah.
That's impressive.
You know what? I think that may be even worse than Detroit Become Human.
No.
What was wrong with Detroit Become Human? I never
Everything.
No, okay. So the issue with Detroit Become Human is that It's a game about, do robots deserve rights?
Yep.
At what
Okay.
point is a robot sentient? Yeah? And robots start with basically a super extra restrictive version of Asimov's laws on them, right? Do everything the human tells you. Don't endanger people, unless not, do what a human tells you to, unless that they're telling you to hurt another human, blah blah blah, that kind of shit, right? And you start with this. You start as a female robot named Kara, I want to say, and
Yes, I
Yeah.
remember that name.
you're a nanny bot, right? You're hired to take care of this kid because the dad sucks. Except, dad's an abusive piece of shit. Now, you're supposed to just sit there and do nothing because your first rule is obey the human. And Kara eventually decides she doesn't like this, so she breaks out of the programming and beats up the dad and runs away with the kid. And then you also play a different
David?
caretaker robot who
Oh.
gets sad the creator dies or something.
Yeah, something like that. The
And
creator
so
that was the creator that was obsessed with making them paint, right?
yeah, because he was
Yeah.
trying to make them be creative or something. Because he was a painter and estranged from his kid or whatever, some shit, right? I don't remember. Because here's the thing, none of those actually matter all that much. And then there's the police robot who's got the grizzled partner who's angry and butthurt, and as you slowly become more of a person, he warms up and starts changing his opinion on robots and you and blah 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 blah. Right? But you get to the end of the game, and there's a bunch of robots that are rebelling, and humans don't like this, so they put them in robot concentration camps. Look, the man's not subtle. That, like, it's robot concentration camps. Like, I'm not off base when I say that, right, Sneaky?
No, you're pretty much on point.
That's correct. That is correct.
Also,
yes.
there were in fact robots beneath the floorboards.
Yeah, but none of that is actually the point. Unfortunately, right?
Yeah.
None of that is actually the point. The problem with all of it is that at the end of the game, you get the robot. And she's got this child with her. She's snuck the child with her into the robot concentration camp because the kid loves her and thinks of her as mom. Sure, fine, whatever. Great. And for some reason, at the end of the game, the kid gets fucking shot. And you find out that throughout this entire game, when it's been about how people are people, and it doesn't matter whether you're a person or a robot, it's about connections and emotions and sentience and love, the kid gets shot.
Yeah.
And the kid's a fucking robot.
Yep.
And has been the entire time.
Well, it gets even worse because actually it also gets revealed in another path that actually none of the robots are developing sentience. They're just getting infected with the virus that causes them to act erratically.
So it's literally ergopraxy.
Yeah.
That's even dumber.
Yeah.
But what do you expect from the most
and then it gets
self-obsessed
really
Asimov
dumb
author?
because in that ending you also get the ability to upload the virus in mass to all of the robots in the stores, and if you choose to do that, it turns into this like fucking flood scenario where all the robots start flooding out of these robot stores to go attack people, and then they all get instantly gunned down by the military that rolled in, and your entire rebellion gets crushed instantly.
God damn.
And every
games
single
don't sell,
robot
by the way.
just gets fucking in mass executed.
That game's
But
on
yeah,
sale, by the way, if you want to get it.
it's so fucking retarded because it's just like, oh yeah, this is, and it's not even like the virus that this hacker was trying to spread was like, oh, I'm trying to free the robots. Straight up, he was just trying to like destabilize the economy just because he could.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why'd
Don't
you invent
stand
the
them.
AI freedom virus? The what? No, I just made the AIs go crazy virus because I fucking hate rich people.
I think it was either I hate rich people and capitalism, or something about a hacker, proving his hacking ability. Like it
Isn't there
was.
one path where he just goes, "Lamau, I could"?
Yeah, straight up. It's
Yeah.
Just a
the
hacker.
entire game just completely undermines itself in the final runs of all of the branches effectively, and it's just like, this is so stupid. This is so retarded. It's insane.
I did it for the lulz.
But yeah, it's straight up, and then it's like the color on their neck indicates not them breaking out, but if they have gone fully erratic or rabid, I guess you could borrow a word from Cyberpunk, if they've gone fully rabid yet or not, or something like that. Like, it was like blue light for being normal, yellow light for being infected, and then red light when they were fully rabid or some shit. And yeah, it was just straight up like, oh yeah, no, like they're not actually sentient. They just think they are because their logic program is currently fried.
I do like the fact that if you kill the leader of the robot rebellion earlier in the game, Connor can actually just become the leader.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah, and they were trying to use the robots as like examples of Jews and black people and minorities.
It was really bad.
It was really bad because of the ending reveal of, actually, they're all slaves of my elitist programming. It's like,
Yeah, it's like,
And they all get gunned down in the end. What?
Yeah, it's like, maybe that's not such a great message, guys.
No, they thought it was a great message. They loved it.
Yeah, they loved it. Of course they did. But, Anyway, yeah, so it's a very disappointing night in Star Wars, fix. I mean, there's some really big fix on the front page, I will say, but, hey, another Chat GPT story called The Art of War, another Chat GPT story called The Wanderer's Path. Let's see, is this another Chat GPT story? Windu knows how to deliver babies during a firefight, so he's able to take care of Padme.
Those two things are unrelated.
What?
Fuck off. He means when Padme is killing herself.
Wait, what
or
the
when
fuck?
Sidious is killing her. One of the
This
other.
has been a plot bunny in my head for a while now. I tried looking for something like this in other fanfics and couldn't find anything that was exactly like what I wanted, so I'm going to write this story now. I figure I'll publish one chapter a week until they're out, and then I will try and write ahead of time, but there's no promises I'll be able to keep posting. To research what is canon and not you and he's missing a couple of commas here. Let me fix this. To research what is canon lore and not, comma, I use Wikipedia, and when I have specific questions, I use Gemini to tell me what is lore and what isn't lore. I know neither of them
AI.
is perfect. So if you notice anything wrong, speak up, and I won't promise to correct it, but I might acknowledge your correction and not do anything about it.
Oh, you're a newspaper?
Trigger warning, childbirth. But this should be obvious to you if you're trying to read this story.
Oh wait, that's trigger warning on the bingo. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's been a while.
What?
This might be a waste of my time, but I have a rule. I enjoy reading comments if you are kind enough to leave them. But if you mention the word commission, I will block you. I get a lot of messages from people asking for commissions in my DMs and trying to sell artwork, and I don't have patience for them, so stop messaging me.
They don't
He
understand.
doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
Mm.
Okay, let's see. Is this also AI? Is this also AI? Okay, it's definitely natural stupid. It's definitely not AI, and it's definitely natural stupid. But it's not egregious, but it is. Oh God, why? 3 Pio?
3PO?
No.
Nope.
3
3 Pio.
Pio.
Oh,
3 Ponyo?
3PO.
Wait.
Instead
like,
of
what the fuck?
3PO. Instead of
I was-
C3PO, he has Anakin shout 3 Pio.
What is he, a bootleg Kirby?
I guess.
Pio!
3PO!
Legally distinct Pio!
Mamma mia!
Yeah, this is really cringy. Alright, yes, it's just natural stupidity. Who gets triggered by childbirth? Liberals probably.
Obviously.
Some people just don't want to read about it. I don't get those people, but
I mean, I don't want it graphically described to me, but like, I'm not gonna freak out over someone being like, and then she gave birth to a baby. You know? But I'm also not gonna freak out if someone does graphically describe it. It's just like I would prefer if you didn't. I just don't want to. I don't want to
Let's
hear
say
those
you-
words in a
let's just
sentence.
say
Thank you.
did and you didn't, or whatever
Yeah.
the phrase is.
Let's see. Is this Chat GPT? No, not Chat GPT as far as I can tell. Jedi Insurgency. Ever imagined being a Jedi? But how would you survive Order 66? Corvus doesn't know, but he's got the Coder 2 gaming system to help him. Oh, wow. And they're using
What?
a picture of an Assassin's Creed character.
bro, if they had, if you had the Coder 2 game system, survive, brother, you can stop it alone.
Corvus is gonna foster an early rebellion and hit Darth Sidious right in his Palpatines.
What? Please tell me you're exaggerating.
Wow.
You,
Nope.
Hugh.
Oh no.
You fucking wish I was.
Oh no.
Namely, the amount of XP required for levels. I am raising it. Mines do not give us. Healing hands. Crafting is overhauled. Consular melee weapons, unarmed, force speed. Oh wow, they really are just going the whole. Okay. Orders 6-7.
Ugh.
Darth Sidious gives Commander Cody a terrible order. Order 6-7. What's Order 6-7? And just how bad is it for the Sith Lord demand it be done? Oh wow,
damn it.
6-7.
I don't have system for the KOTOR system. Damn.
Yeah. Crazy. I do have system. Let's see here. Oh, more chat Jupiter. See, you're the only thing that matters. Qui-Gon frees Anakin. He wasn't able to release his twin sister self-insert girl boss, Akira. She and her brother
Wait,
don't
I'm sorry.
find each...
What?
Yeah,
What did they name this child?
Akira.
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 She and her brother don't find each
No.
other until Anakin is carrying out Order 66. Why is the fucking cover a furry?
Do you really
Why
want
do
the
you
answer
think?
to that?
Why are they a two-tailed fox?
Why do you think?
Hurt Comfort family.
Because the author's into it.
Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner.
I mean, that's why everything is in Sign Story, so...
Yeah.
True. Order 67 is either the most AI slop shit I've ever seen on Twitter, or it's gonna show up in Star Wars soon. True. Anyway, yeah, so the story of this story is that Anakin gets freed, but Qui-Gon's like, yeah, sorry, I couldn't free you, you're the twin sister of Anakin, so you just have to stay here as a slave. Bye.
No?
Also, the mom stays.
That's totally how that works.
Yeah, so yeah, that just happens. A better class of Sith. I'm gonna be a better Sith than everyone else. Cool.
Most Sithy Sith to have
Star
ever
Wars
Sith.
Rise of the Battle Mage by Meta Beta Omega Letta. I've seen that username before.
That does sound familiar.
Patreon!
Ron.
Padaron.
Padaron indeed. How much money are you making on Patreon, sir?
Did we get first fanfic for that guy that was calling the AI his partner as we, or is it because he didn't say it was his first?
He didn't say it was his first.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, did they wait, did they take away
Earnings?
No, I'm trying to... Oh, no, here we go. Here's the link to his Patreon. I knew Space Battles would have the link to his Patreon. Oh, it is Robert Meta. Okay. So I thought they had removed their Patreon because I was trying to search their name as they said to search it on the fanfiction.net link, but they've changed their name to Robert Meta. My name is Meta, and I write fanfiction. So you can join for free, or you can pay them. Do they say how many members they have? 2,000 members.
Jesus.
How many of them are paying?
That's a good question. So the most popular is the $7 month investment. As he calls them. He calls them investments. So he has a $3 a month Patreon. You can join for free, or you can have $3 a month Patreon mode. Oh, he's the guy behind Marvelous Mage. That's a dog shit story.
I think I loosely remember us talking about that one time on stream.
You get some early content. You get more early content for $5. You get more early content for $7, and you get to vote what shows up in his stories. $12 is a trustee. This tier is for people who want to do more to support, but I will not be giving you anything more than board member. So if you just really want to give him money, you give him $12. Damn, that's crazy.
Fucking racket and a half.
But yeah, so his most popular is 7. However, when it says most popular, it probably doesn't include free. Because I'm looking here on some of his stories, and we're getting 41 hearts, 30 hearts, 50 hearts. I think his highest here is 150 from the brink and back. So I'm assuming, because 11 hearts, 4 hearts, 14 hearts. I'm assuming then, maybe at best, he's got like 500 patrons at most.
I mean, still, if they're all fucking
500
over
people
$7,
paying him money.
No, 500 people who are all paying him money, and apparently the average is the $7 a month one. So I mean, that's still, in the end, $3,500. But
So he's making about what I'm making.
yeah, but he's writing like a shitload of stories with a bunch of AI slop covers.
I was about to say that are all AI slop.
Yeah. Not great stories, I'm going to be honest. I've read Marvelous Mage. Maybe his other ones are better, but it wasn't that great.
I haven't read Marvelous Mage, so I don't know what that's about, so. I mean, obviously it's about a fucking mage, but.
Yeah. But anyway, gentlemen, it is 11:00 Calacarino. So we will cut it here, and we'll see y'all on Tuesday.
You are freed from your prison, mortals.
There is always more.